works in facilitating the continued functioning of Parliament and ensuring that parliamentary sittings remain accessible and effective for all members. We further acknowledge the efforts to secure the dome for plenary sittings while the rebuilding of Parliament continues. Ensuring that Parliament remains operational during this period is essential to our constitutional democracy. We also commend the Speaker for setting aside time to commemorate the adoption of our Constitution and for representing South Africa on the international stage. These responsibilities contribute to strengthening the dignity and standing of Parliament. And I think just like many of the other parties and members, Al-Jamaah does not see sufficient merit in this motion. The allegations presented against the Speaker, in our view, are unsubstantiated and appear to arise in part from a misunderstanding of the Speaker's procedural duties and constitutional responsibilities. The Speaker must remain impartial. We cannot support a motion that, in our assessment, does not constitute a genuine and sufficiently substantiated accountability measure. We further believe that the Speaker was correct to abide by the decision of the Cape High Court and to respect the authority of the judiciary. Parliamentary accountability is fundamental to our democracy, but so too are fairness, due process, institutional stability, and respect for the separation of powers. For these reasons, Al-Jamaah rejects the motion of no confidence and will vote against it. Let us protect the integrity and stability of Parliament and ensure that our work remains focused on serving the people of South Africa. In conclusion, to my respectable Madam Speaker, Thoko Didiza, stand strong. Viva Al-Jamaah, to also viva the Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Thoko Didiza. I thank you. Malibongwe!
The NCC.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. The NCC rise in support of this motion because our Constitution does not permit neutrality where the independence of this House is at stake. Section 42(3) tells us plainly that the National Assembly exists to represent the people and ensure government by the people. Section 52(2) commands us to maintain oversight of the executive and hold it accountable. These are not optional courtesies. They flow from Section 1(c), which entrenches the supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law as founding values of our democracy. The Speaker sits in that chair not as an extension of the executive, but as the guardian of this House's independence from the very government it is duty-bound to scrutinize. Yet when the President moved to interdict the Section 89 impeachment committee, the very body this House constituted after the Constitutional Court struck down Rule 129 as constitutional, that committee itself resolved on June 18th this year to oppose the President's application and formally asked the Speaker to stand with it. She refused. She filed papers choosing to abide by the outcome, leaving Parliament's own impeachment process undefended in court. At the precise moment, the executive sought to halt it. Honorable Speaker, that is not impartiality. Impartiality would have meant letting the committee fight without obstruction. What we witnessed instead was silence dressed up as neutrality, while the very process meant to hold the President accountable was left to stand alone. A Speaker will not defend this House's authority under Section 89, cannot be trusted to defend it under any other. Section 52(4) exists precisely for this moment, to let this Assembly remove a Speaker who no longer commands its confidence. Thank you.
The next speaker is the Honorable Mashlatsi.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, the PAC of Azania.
Honorable Mashlatsi is before the PAC. Honorable Mashlatsi.
Oh, I thought it's UAT.
Right. Thank you very much, Chairperson. Khoto, Afrika. This motion.
Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker. Honorable Speaker.
Minister.
Honorable Mashlatsi is always after PAC. It's a mistake on your part.
Let me just check with the table. Honourable Minister.
It is.
We will just
Now-
check that, but Honourable Minister, it is, I think you are correct, as I recall that it is first the PAC, but please proceed, Honourable Minister. Honourable Mashlatsi, my apologies, but you will have your opportunity after the Minister.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. The Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania opposes the motion to remove Ms. Togo Didiza as Speaker of the National Assembly. The Speaker's decision not to actively oppose President Ramaphosa's interdict application and instead to file an explanatory affidavit assisting the court was an indisputable exercise of institutional neutrality, not a betrayal of it. A speaker who positions the National Assembly as an active litigant against the head of state rather than allowing the properly constituted impeachment committee to deal with the matter risks dragging the presiding office itself into partisan battle. Indeed, this is the very outcome the motion claims to guard against. The Speaker publicly confirmed that her position is consistent with the impeachment committee's own stance following the Constitutional Court judgment. This is not the conduct of a captured Speaker, but it is an attempt to preserve the National Assembly's institutional standing, especially since the Speaker has positively taken steps to allow the process, including the litigation that impeachment committee instituted. The fact that she decided to abide by the decision of the court does not suggest any partiality on her part. Removing a speaker through a hastily convened virtual sitting on the strength of a legal disagreement over strategy rather than any proven act of bad faith or corruption sets a dangerous precedent. It would turn the position of the speaker into a revolving door, hostage to the whims of which party commands the numbers on a given afternoon. That is not the accountability, but is the erosion of the very parliamentary independence that the motion claims to be defending. Our approach to politics, guided by the ideals and values of Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe, demands that we build durable and principled institutions and not weaponize procedural motions for factional advantage. The Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania therefore calls on all parties to reject this motion to allow the impeachment committee to complete its constitutional work without undue, frivolous, time-consuming distraction. This House should reserve removal proceedings for genuine and demonstrable breaches of office, not disagreements over legal strategy. The PAC opposes this motion. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Mashlatsi, it is now over to you.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Also, Afrika, unity, Afrika. This motion is not about personalities. It is about constitutional integrity and the institutional independence of Parliament. Parliament's own material makes it clear that although the Speaker is a member of a political party, she is required to act impartially and protect the rights of all political parties. The National Assembly is constitutionally required under Section 55, subsection 2, to hold an executive accountable and maintain oversight over the exercise of national executive authority. Our concern is UAT right from the Speaker's conduct in a Pala litigation where Parliament's institutional interest were placed in circumstances that created the appearance that the Speaker was defending or aligning the legislature with the executive. The UAT find this to be constitutionally dangerous. The legislature is not an extension of executive. The Speaker's responsibility is to therefore not to protect the political interest of governing party or the president, but to protect the institutional independence, authority, and constitutional powers of the National Assembly. The main question here is whether the Speaker has sufficiently protected the Parliament as an independent constitutional institution. The answer is no. When the presiding officer is perceived to speak or act for the executive rather than for the House, The doctrine of separation of powers is weakened. Parliamentary oversight is compromised, and the public confidence in democratic accountability is damaged. The UAT call upon the House to restore the authority and the independence of National Assembly by supporting this motion of no confidence against the Speaker. On the 4th of November 2026, vote for the United African Transformation. Kanimambo.
There isn't a speaker for good. We then move on to, my apologies, to the Honourable Michalakis.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Madam Deputy Speaker, Speaker William Lenthal from Westminster in 1642 famously said, "I have neither eyes to see nor tongue to speak in this place, but as the House is pleased to direct me, whose servant I am here." This was the first time that a Speaker declared loyalty to the authority and liberty of Parliament rather than to the head of state. For the past 384 years, speakers in democratic countries across the world have followed this noble tradition, standing in defense of Parliament as the representative of the people. It is a noble and dignified role, but it is also a vital role to ensure that Parliament functions effectively, to ensure that the executive never acts unchecked against the interest of the people. I have been very critical of the Speaker's stance in not opposing the President's interdict application. The question was asked, what should the Speaker have done as an alternative? The answer is, she should have opposed the application on behalf of Parliament. Yes, the Speaker should be impartial, scrupulously so, in all matters before the House, which means that she should not show any party political affiliation in any matter before the House. However, when it comes to being impartial in any matter where Parliament as an institution is affected, she can never, ever be impartial, which is to say, she must always choose the side of Parliament. She litigates on behalf of Parliament. She is its primary spokesperson, and she is the first and the last defender of our traditions, processes, and institutional integrity. She can only, to paraphrase Speaker Lenthal, act in a manner as the House is pleased to direct her, since her only loyalty is towards this House and serving it objectively. So yes, in my view, the Speaker did err, and I have openly criticized her for it. But as my colleague Honourable Breitenbach set out, grounds for a motion of no confidence is a bridge too far. We cannot use such motions as a political tool to destabilize the institution at every failure of the Speaker to do what we expect her to do. Deputy Speaker, the whole matter does, however, raise the question, 30 years after our Constitution was signed into law, is it not perhaps time for us as Parliament to have a discussion around our institution, the appointment of certain office bearers, and, in my view, the impartiality of the Speaker? Perhaps it's time for us to put measures in place to ensure that no Speaker can ever serve on their party's executive structures or openly campaign on behalf of their party. The office of Speaker, along with that of the President and Chief Justice, are the three highest offices of state. The Speaker should be a lifelong ambassador for this institution, free of political allegiance or loyalty. Loyalty to this institution is the job. Deputy Speaker, I also think that it's time that we decisively strengthen this institution. I have had recent constructive engagements with the Speaker on this matter, and we are in broad agreement. In my view, she does want to see Parliament become a stronger institution. Some of the matters that we agree on include strengthening the Joint Committee on Financial Management of Parliament, strengthening the Financial Management of Parliament Act, putting a clear recruitment policy in place for the appointment of the Secretary to Parliament and all senior managers in future, and having an executive authority that meets regularly where other presiding officers are included in these meetings. Along with a multi-party review of the institution, this will go a long way in ensuring that we get Parliament back on track. Madam Deputy Speaker, motions of no confidence are not frivolous political tools. They should be reserved for serious breaches of the constitutional mandate and of an office bearer. I'm not convinced that the Speaker, despite errors of judgment that she might have made in certain issues, including the one concerning the motion, has warranted such a serious step. I base it on the fact that the Speaker has also allowed the Impeachment Committee to oppose the interdict and continue our work with the resources needed. There is also no credibility in some parties supporting this motion if their conduct overwhelmingly contribute to discredit and destabilize the institution. And I hope the media and public pick up on this. You cannot accuse the Speaker of not defending Parliament if you contribute to breaking it down. It then simply exposes this motion for what it is, not a serious and sincere attempt to defend Parliament, but an underhanded attempt to use this mechanism as a tool to achieve a very narrow political goal. For now, the jury is out on whether Speaker Didiza is a speaker willing to make good on her commitments to fix this institution, and the DA will call her out on it if she does not, and, in a manner that is appropriate, hold her accountable. However, she should have the opportunity to prove this first. We will not support the motion. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.
The next speaker is the Honourable Kubai.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. I must say up front that the African National Congress does not support this motion. Today's debate will go down in history as one of the most unnecessary debates we ever undertook as the National Assembly. Looking at it more carefully, it is easy to see that the EFF's latest ploy to remove the Speaker has nothing to do with frivolous matters they allege against the Speaker to support this misguided motion. It is rather an attempt to achieve through political gimmicks what they could not achieve through the ballot. It is ironic that a group of political delinquents who are led by men who has been convicted of a crime by a court of law
Honourable Minister, please pause for a moment.
Portray themselves as constitutionalists and champions of accountability.
Deputy Speaker, on a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Maotwe, I first want to deal with the Honourable Matthys. Honourable Matthys, you have now twice activated your microphone without being recognized. Refrain from that. Honourable Maotwe, do you have a point of order?
Yes, the speaker on the podium is saying the motion was tabled by a delinquent. I think she's misguided. The delinquent is not the honourable member who tabled the motion. It is a sitting president, actually, who is the president of the ANC.
Honourable Minister, did you say that the person who tabled the motion is a delinquent? I'm a bit confused now, Honourable Maotwe, if you say that the motion was tabled by the President. Which President?
No. Deputy Speaker, I'm saying the delinquent is President Ramaphosa, the president of the member who's on the podium.
Honourable Maotwe, you have just rolled yourself out of order as well now by doing exactly the same thing. So I think that just cancels your point of order. Honourable Minister, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. To prepare for this frivolous motion, the EFF started a campaign of lies against the Speaker. This lies sought to create a narrative that paints the Speaker's notice to abide by a court outcome in the President's interdict application a partisan stance against the position of the Parliament's Impeachment Committee, which challenged the President's court application. Honourable members, in his insightful essay titled Treatise on the Art of Political Lying, published in 1714, Dr. John Upworth-Knott sets out a set of rules on how one can get away with political lies created to defame a political opponent. One of the most important rules that he says should not be broken when creating a good lie is that defamatory lies should not be quite opposite to the qualities of the person you are lying about or supposed to have. In their unsuccessful effort to defame, in my line, the Speaker, the EFF has not only broken this important rule of political lying, they've also exposed and cemented their stance as political delinquents. It is easy to show that the EFF accuses the Speaker to have done which they've done is totally opposite to how she has acted, as I will demonstrate, and other members have been demonstrating here. This means that EFF's lies do not even pass the test of a good political lie or deception. In its motion, the EFF claims that the Speaker chose partisan political interest over Parliament's constitutional obligation by refusing to oppose the President's urgent application. This could not be further from the truth. If anything, the Speaker has done the opposite of what the EFF is claiming since the Constitutional Court issued its judgment. In its judgment, the Constitutional Court directed implementation of Section 89 as reported by the Chief Whip of the ANC. Not only did the Speaker establish the impeachment committee, but followed the Constitutional Court's directive. But he has also strengthened the committee by allowing 16 of the 18 parties in Parliament to be represented on the committee, thereby allowing for a wider participation in this process. This step led to the creation of the committee and one of the largest committees constituted since the advent of democracy. And this committee has 31 members. The Speaker could have chosen to follow the rules, could have chosen to restrain the committee, but she did not. Now, how do you allege all these things that you are saying to her? The Speaker went even further and dismissed the proposal that only fit and proper members of Parliament be allowed to serve on the committee. Those who are convicted in a court of law and have been sentenced would not be sitting in this committee because they are not fit and proper, thus defending the rights of all duly elected members of Parliament to serve in the committee. But they have the nerve to throw stones while they are sitting in closed doors.
Deputy Speaker, on a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Not only did the Speaker respect
Deputy
the
Speaker.
separation of powers.
Honorable Maotwe, your point of order.
The minister is misleading the public. It is not the Speaker who determined who must sit in the committee. It's not her. So these members must stop misleading the public and saying it's the Speaker who said the issue of fit and proper must be out. It's not the Speaker. She doesn't have the money. She doesn't have the powers to do that.
Honorable
And this is supposed to be the Minister of Justice. What are we dealing with, Khadi here?
It is not a point of order. You are
Lawless
now
Minister.
interrupting the Speaker. Honorable Minister, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker.
Order,
To show
Speaker.
that their members only even believe that this
Honorable
motion is not
Mkhaledi.
important.
Honorable Minister, please
Yeah.
pause.
Can-
Honorable
Yes, the
Mkhaledi,
Yeah, can
Please-
the speaker on the podium please stop shouting? Just debate
Honorable-
with kindness so we can understand. We don't even follow. You are shouting
Mkhaledi,
as if
that
you are
is not
shouting to
the
your
point.
kids. Please.
it is not a point of order. Deputy Minister, do not unmute your mic if you're not recognized. Honorable Minister, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. You see, the fact that the same members are disrupting their own motion is because they believe that this motion is frivolous themselves. Because no party, when it puts a motion, they will disrupt it. It tells you the character of the motion, the character of the party. Now, when we look at the Speaker, it's in terms of the rules, but also we must understand her powers. And also what she has been able to ensure that not only did the Speaker respect the separation of powers between the Parliament and the judiciary by implementing judgment, she also protected the independence and integrity of Parliament by taking steps that would ensure that the President of a party she belongs to is held accountable before Parliament. In all her actions, the Speaker has not stood in the way of accountability. Instead, she had ensured that the National Assembly exercises its Section 89 power, which is a core function of accountability that the Constitution vests in a legislature. Honorable members, are these actions of a Speaker who has chosen partisan political interest over Parliament's constitutional obligation? No. Or is this poor attempt at the art of political lying? Clearly, it is the latter. It is definitely the poor attempt of art of political lying. It is an attempt that should be kicked out, must be not supported, but this motion actually will go down the history, being a waste of Parliament's time at the most critical time where we should be dealing with more important issues, and that affects the South African public. That the Speaker is the presiding officer of the National Assembly, bears the constitutional duty to protect, defend, and uphold the institutional authority, independence, and integrity of Parliament. She has been able to do that. She has been able to affirm her position as the custodian of these responsibilities. The Impeachment Committee is a committee of Parliament established established by the Speaker through working with parties, and she didn't stop in the way. They are saying the rules are saying that it's the parties. The Speaker has the power as the executive authority. She could have stopped some of the processes. She did not interfere. She has not interfered with the committee. She allowed the committee to function. She allowed the committee to even submit application. She made resources available for the committee as the committee has requested. Now, honorable members, are these actions of a speaker that is not acting in line with the constitution? No, actually it's the contrary. The EFF in its motion makes an irrational claim that the speaker disregarded the legal advice obtained by her office, recommending that Parliament oppose litigation
Honourable
aimed
Maltwe,
at undermining
Honourable
the
Minister,
impeachment process.
please pause for a moment. Honourable Maltwe, what is your point of order?
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I'm sorry I disrupted the howling minister. Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Malema, he's
Honourable
been kicked
Maltwe,
out and he's been trying
apology
to
taken. Honourable
get...
Minister, please proceed.
Deputy Speaker, I'm asking that the table please let Honorable Malema back in because he wants to listen. He's going to close the debate and he wants to listen to all the speakers. So I'm requesting that you please ask the table staff to bring him back. He's been kicked out. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, I have been alerted to the fact that he is not on the platform, and we will most definitely allow him back in because he is on in 3 minutes. Please proceed, Minister.
You see, that's why I've been saying that they are not serious about this motion. They even leave the debate. Contrary to the EFF suggests the speaker did not disregard the legal advice.
Clownish now. You are being clownish now.
But
You are being
no,
stupid.
I'm
I
not
mean,
clownish. You are
no, you
not
are being
serious about
clownish.
this.
Honourable Fambu,
This thing
Honourable
cuts me
Malema.
out, and then you make that a political point.
You should have
Honourable
been in a
Malema.
You are so
proper
childish.
platform as a leader
You are
to
so
connect
childish.
people if you are serious
You are
about
so
this
childish.
motion.
I mean, this thing cuts me
Honourable
out.
Malema.
No,
You
you are
make
not
it a point.
serious.
The whole
Yourself,
minister,
you are not
Minister,
you
serious.
make a no
stop
issue an
replying.
issue.
You
Be
speak through
ashamed
the
of yourself,
speaker.
man.
Honourable Malema,
Speaker,
you
this
will
thing
have your
cut.
opportunity after the minister.
Speaker, this thing cuts me out, and then she makes a point as if it's a political point. I'm
Honourable-
making her aware that she's been
Honourable
girlish.
Malema, you will have your opportunity after the minister. Don't interrupt. Minister, please proceed.
But she must stop
As
being
I
clownish.
conclude, Speaker, you see,
Honourable
this is what
Mkalipi.
Honorable Soviet
Honourable
Lekhanyan is saying.
Mkalipi.
The chauvinist and
Honourable Minister,
patriarchal
please.
tendency of
Honourable
calling people
Minister.
girlish.
Honourable Minister, I'm
Yes,
also now
Honourable
cautioning
Sister.
you. You do not speak directly to the members. You speak through the presiding officer.
My
And
apologies,
I will not
Deputy
take
Speaker.
any more points of order. We are now at the end of this debate. Honourable Mente, what is your point of order?
I'm covered.
Thank you. Honourable Minister, I am also requesting you to please stick to your debate and not interact directly with members. Thank you.
Deputy Speaker, this is a political debate and I have a freedom of speech. You can't curtail me. Honorable members, as I say, you see, Honorable Soviet Lekhanyan spoke about the chauvinist and patriarchal tendencies. That's why you'd have articulation of girlish. In a Women's Month, it shows the tendencies of individuals that we have in this parliament. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, the Speaker of this House has acted with the integrity that it deserves, is a woman of integrity that has a track record of never having anything accused against her. This is unfortunate that individuals will utilize this motion to tarnish her image and integrity that she has built over years. She has been able to work within the confines of the Constitution in all the roles that he has been. So it is not correct to sit here and watch individuals go and tarnish a black woman who has worked so hard for her career, her reputation, and her integrity. Half of them can never even match the quarter of who she is. So this motion must be dismissed with the contempt it deserves. Thank you, Speaker.
Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Mente, what is your point of order before I introduce the Honourable Malema?
No, Deputy Speaker, you are not correcting the lie that's been peddled across this debate, that this motion was called upon on Women's Month. We have sent this motion months ago. It was not responded to. If anyone has to be blamed for when the motion is being heard, it's yourself and the Parliament and all presiding officers. So correct that lie that's been peddled. It's not correct.
Honorable Mente, that was not a point of order. We will now proceed. Could I please ask the Deputy Minister Matlale please to or rather mute your microphone? Thank you very much. We will now proceed with the Honorable Malema. Honorable Malema, you have 4 minutes left of the global 14 minutes that you had allocated.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, and let me thank colleagues who made constructive contribution. We really are shocked by how others want to take this matter forward, because this is very simple. The Constitutional Court says to you, you must go and do impeachment committee. And that decision you take, and then you hand over to the president. And the same person who hand over the document to say we're proceeding to impeachment processes takes Parliament to court. So you is challenging the decision you communicated to him, because you communicate on behalf of Parliament. You act in the best interest of Parliament. What do? You say, okay, how do you say that? She had a duty to defend the same papers she gave to the president, and the president says, I'm taking these papers to court. And meaning I'm taking your Parliament, which you are heading, which has taken this decision to court. And you say, no, but she implemented what the court said she must do. We never said she's not competent because she did not implement what the court said she must implement. You are arguing a wrong point. We said she did not defend a decision which was well backed by court, well instructed by court. And when it was being challenged, she was nowhere to be found. And that person who acts like that acts irrationally and not in the best interest of Parliament. You can say whatever you want to say. That is the point. And there's no political point we want to take from this debate that this is point scoring. No, it's not about that. It's about defending the integrity, the impartiality of the Speaker, and to hold this Parliament accountable, because the decisions she takes, we are duty bound as members of Parliament to challenge them. And this is another way of challenging some of those decisions. This is the provision which is being made available to make sure that there is a robust engagement and holding both the executive and Parliament itself accountable. The rest of the other issues, Speaker, are peripheral. I mean, she can quote Soviet the way the Soviet spoke, because Soviet said the things he said because he wants to be a mayor in Polokwane. That's the only thing. That was out of character and unlike him, to a point of reading a dictionary because you are desperately wanting to prove that you can be a mayor in Polokwane, to a point where you get called to order and you withdraw because you accept you have done something wrong. Let opportunism not make you who you are. Someone said here that a daughter thinks better than me, she's dating and all of that. I'm very happy with a very brilliant girl who thinks better. I'm just scared she might be a daughter of a person who may not protect her from taking drugs. So it's important that we pray and extend our hands of prayer to that child who's growing up under a character which is very questionable. So we must ensure that the president is held accountable and Parliament must hold him accountable.
Honorable Malema, please pause. Honorable Daniels, do you have a point of order?
Yes, indeed, Deputy Speaker.
Please proceed.
The aspersions casted by Honorable Malema, considering that I was the person that made reference to my 13-year-old daughter.
Deputy Speaker, which role is he talking about?
That she doesn't take drugs.
Honorable Mkalipi, you are out of order.
No, which role?
Honorable Mkalipi, I'm still listening to the Honorable Daniels. Please proceed, Honorable Daniels.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. So the insinuations made by Honorable Malema, referencing that she must be protected from myself, from not taking drugs, is insinuating that I'm taking drugs, which I'm not, Honorable Speaker. So I find that very unparliamentary. And I would like you to rule on it and also invite Honorable Malema and myself for a public drug test, both of us, so that we can see who is the one.
Honorable
taking
Daniels,
drugs.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Speaker,
That is
this man is wasting
Honorable-
our time. The president wants to speak.
Honorable Honorable Paulson,
Speaker,
you
my
are
hand
out
is
of
up here
order.
the whole time.
Honorable Van Wyk, I am still busy dealing
My
with
hand
this
has been
matter.
up.
Honorable
Speaker.
Van Wyk,
Honorable
Van Wyk,
Speaker.
when I am on the platform, you do not interrupt. Honorable Minister Mackenzie, you will also not interrupt me. I am busy dealing with this point of order. I'm
But my
sure
hand
the
was
Honorable
up.
Daniels made his point, and I will now deal with it. Honorable Malema, indeed, what you have said in the reference you have made does cast aspersions on the Member of Parliament. So I am cautioning you to please refrain from doing that. I have not been requested that you withdraw it, but your reference to the Honorable Daniels is offensive and casts aspersions on the dignity of a member. We will now proceed. Honorable Van Wyk, I have now ruled. I'm not going to entertain the matter further. We will now conclude with this debate.
But why do you keep
Honorable
on doing
Malema.
that to me? I'm raising my hand.
Honorable Van Wyk, I have now ruled. Honorable Daniels, I have also ruled, and we will now proceed. Honorable Malema, please conclude. You have 22 seconds left.
Thank you very much, Speaker. But also, I will not win as PlayStation in a competition because I don't play. I don't get involved in competitions of PlayStations. I buy them. I don't go for competitions. So I'm unlike others who go to competitions, win PlayStations, and go sell the same PlayStation and buy drugs. So I don't have a problem. I don't have a history of drugs.
Thank you,
I will never
Honorable
go
Malema.
public
Your time
and
has
do a test
expired.
with a small boy about drugs.
Honorable
I don't have a
Malema, your
history of
time
drugs.
has now expired. And this Honorable members, honorable members, honorable
People laugh at the fool.
honorable members,
Everybody laugh at the fool.
Honorable Paulson, Honorable Van Wyk, if I call you again, you will be removed from the platform.
Speaker.
Anyone who speaks now, Honorable Hendricks, if you do not unmute, I'm going to remove you from the platform.
No, maar Speaker, you did the insinuation.
Honorable Hendricks, I am not recognizing you. We will now proceed. Honorable Daniels, I'm not going to recognize you. Honorable Van Wyk, the same. We will now proceed. This is the end of this debate. It is now concluded. I am now going to put the motion. I'm putting the motion as moved by the Honorable J.S. Malema. Are there any objections?
Deputy Speaker, please note the objection of the EFF and we are calling for a division.
Honorable Mautwe, I just want to get this clear. Are you objecting to the motion?
Deputy Speaker, we are in agreement with the motion. We are calling for a division.
A division having been called, the bells will be rung for 5 minutes. And then members have to be on the platform in 5 minutes.
Platform, Speaker, to be
Deputy Speaker, can you hear me?
Yes, Honorable Ntuli.
Yes, there is a matter that I would like to raise before you start the voting. So I didn't know whether I should raise it now or I must wait for the House to resume. It's not a long issue. It's a very brief matter in relation to two of my members.
Honorable Ntuli, I think let's deal with that once we resume so that everyone is present. Thank you. Honourable members, we will now resume. I also want to please ask members to make sure that their microphones are not on. Honourable members, no member will be admitted on the virtual platform until this division is concluded. The rules of the National Assembly provide for different procedures for members to cast their votes. These include voting by electronic means or a manual voting procedure by way of a whip or a voice. In this instance, the rules stipulate that the Deputy Speaker predetermines the voting procedure. Honourable Ntuli, I will get to your point within a minute. For this division, the Deputy Speaker has determined that a manual voting system will be used, whereby each member will be called upon and requested to voice his or her vote. When a member is called to indicate their vote, they must unmute their microphone and enable the video for authentication purposes. Honourable Ntuli, if you have anything now to add in terms of members of the ANC who are not available or who have lost connectivity or who will not be able to activate their cameras, please indicate now. Honourable Ntuli.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I have two members, Deputy Speaker. The one is the Minister of Health, Minister Aaron Mswaledi, who is on the platform, but due to illness will not be in the position
Now to add in terms of members of the
as
ANC
well as
who
to
are
open
not
his
available or who have lost connectivity. Honourable Deputy Minister,
Yes.
Deputy President, please make sure that you are muted. Honourable Ntuli, please proceed.
Yeah, so the first one is Minister Aaron Mswaledi, who is by no means in a position to either speak or show the video or the camera because of his current condition. But he's online as we speak. He's not removed. The second one is Deputy Minister Nongceba Mhlawuli. Deputy Minister is currently under the supervision of the doctors.
Please
Can speak.
make sure Honourable Deputy President. Honourable Deputy President, please mute.
So the
Please
Deputy
proceed.
Minister, thanks, Deputy Speaker. The Deputy Minister can actually speak. She is on the platform. She can speak, but from where she is, she will not be in the position to open a veto for all of you to see her. So those are the two issues I wanted to raise with you. Otherwise, all other members would be in the position to comply with the procedure you have outlined. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have taken note of that. Honourable Swart.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Madam Deputy Speaker, I have a challenge that one of our members, Honourable Thring, is waiting to board a plane. So he is online now. He is online. He is able to vote, but it might be that by the time you call him and the ACDP, he might not be able to vote. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is noted. Honourable Ntlangwini.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, I have 4 members of the EFF that will not be able to vote on camera. We have already given the names to the table staff. And then I have 1 member that was just at when you closed the bell was locked out, Honorable Kaula. She was in the house but locked out. So if they pay attention to that one, please.
We will make sure about that. And then I have the Honourable Mkhize.
Thank you, House Chair. I have 1 member who is on the platform but won't be able to vote due to unstable network, the Honourable Sibonelo Nomvalo. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Honourable Skosana.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I just want to find out for the future, if members are not going to show their faces here. I'm talking about the future, I'm not talking about now. If we were physical, what would have happened? You know, I just want to find out for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Skosana. Not that the time is now to discuss the future, but I will indulge you in this situation. We have in fact discussed this matter, and it was also discussed with the Chief Whips. So this is an extraordinary situation because the Chief Whips had decided that the plenaries will be virtual up until the election. So if the matter was dealt with in person, everyone would have been here and those members would not have been deemed to be in the House. But our rules also make provision for the fact that you may, as I have just read, either vote by voice, preferably with your camera, but we know that we have connectivity problems. Honourable Mkhize, is that a new point?
Yes, House Chair. My apologies. The member will be able to vote, just won't be able to show his camera. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Breitenbach.
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Speaker. I just want to bring it to your attention that Honourable van der Walt will board a flight in about an hour. I hope we get to her before then, but if not, then she may not be present when she's called. Thank you, Honourable Deputy.
Thank you very much. We will now proceed, honourable members.
Before you proceed,
Honourable
Deputy Speaker, before you proceed, I've raised my hand. I'm saying, understanding that you've discussed that, I'm still saying to you, you have not answered me. You've not answered me. I'm not talking about us, you know, I'm talking about this parliament is not going to end with us here. Generations to come. I'm saying to you, if we were in parliament, what would have happened? If we were physical and somebody is sick, is in hospital, he's saying, no, I'm in hospital or is suspended. Whatever a reason is it, no, I don't want us in the future for anyone to object because we are setting a precedent here. We are setting a precedent here to say people can participate even if they are in hospital.
Honourable
you,
Member,
Chair.
I'm going to answer you now, and I think this is a matter that you must take up with your Chief Whip. This has been discussed by the Chief Whips. It was approved, so it is not setting a precedent. So we will now proceed, and you are quite correct that you're asking something about the future. We are now busy with this voting session, not the future. So I do propose that you take it up with the Chief Whip's forum through your Chief Whip, where it can be dealt with for future instances. Honourable
Thank you.
Mtungu.
Thank you. Is
Honourable
noted?
Skosana. Thank you.
It's
We will
noted.
now proceed.
I'm saying to you, it's noted. You don't have to be emotional about that, and be don't be condescending to me, because the way we are putting it is like I'm insane. This thing is going to come back one day. I'm telling you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Skosana. We take note of your concerns. Honourable Nolochungu.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Please note that Honourable Matthias was online, but he's been kicked out during the break, so you can confirm that with the table staff. He's been in all the time, but now he's been kicked out.
We will confirm that. Then Honourable Ntuli.
Deputy Speaker, my apology. I've just been alerted that two of my members, the Deputy Minister of Communication, Kungubele, as well as the chairperson of the Home Affairs Portfolio Committee, Chabane, were locked out, but they are at the same venue with the Deputy Chief Whip of the ANC. So with your permission, if that would be acceptable, they can show themselves on the screen using the gadget of the Deputy Chief Whip for them to confirm how they are voting on the motion. But both of them are physically in the same space with the Deputy Chief Whip. Thanks.
Thank you. We will deal with that when you get there, and I think that will be acceptable as long as they do show their faces. Honourable members, please mute your microphones. Honourable Mkhize, is that another matter? Honourable Skosana, I'm not going to entertain a debate with you now on voting procedure for today or for the future. This has been decided by the Chief Whips. So, Honourable Mkhize, is there another member?
No, Chair,
Yes,
I'm not raising my hand
Comrade
because of that. Please.
Honourable Mkhize, is there another member?
Yes, House Chair, there's actually two other members, which is the Honorable Siyabonga Mkhize and the Honorable Carol Mafachane. They are on the platform. Can they be considered but won't be able to vote?
Yes, we will
They won't
be
be able
going
to
through.
speak, but they are on the platform. Thank you, Chair.
We will be calling all the names, and I will explain the procedure now. All the names will be called, and if you cannot switch on your microphone, or rather your camera, it is acceptable. We would prefer that you work through your Chief Whip as you have done now, but we will now proceed with the voting. Honourable members,
I've raised my hand on another matter, Chair.
now what is
I've
your
raised my
other
hand
matter?
on another matter.
Skosana.
I'm being abused now. What?
Honourable Skosana, you are not going to
Deputy
delay
Speaker.
the voting on this matter.
Deputy Speaker, I'm not delaying anything. I've got a right, Deputy Speaker, to raise an issue. You can't say to me, I'm delaying a matter. I'm saying to you,
in fact, say that to you, you are now in
The Chief
contempt
Whip of
the
MK
voting
must assist
procedure.
us.
Chair, Deputy Speaker, I'm raising another matter. I'm not talking about this. There's a matter which was raised by the Deputy.
I am now busy with the voting procedure. So this is a final warning.
Honorable
And you will be
Gunguvela
removed from the platform.
is
Honourable
going to be allowed.
Honourable Papane, what is your point?
On a point of order. Honorable Deputy Speaker, I think we are being abused here. A procedure have been outlined and all chief whips have agreed on how to handle the matters of voting today. I just want to plead with you, Honorable Deputy Speaker, that we proceed with voting. Thank you very much.
Honourable Papane, that is exactly what I'm trying to do. Honourable Doug Moore, I hope that you have been covered by the Honourable Mpapane. We will now proceed. Honourable Skosana, I am not entertaining a discussion on this now. This was discussed by the Chief Whips, and there are no other matters that you have to raise right now. You can take it up with your Chief Whip, and we will now proceed. Honourable members, in terms of the rules, all members present on the virtual platform, when the question is put with the admissions to the platform being closed, must vote or record an abstention. Honourable members, please mute your microphones. This rule does not apply to a minister or deputy minister who is not a member of the House. The Secretary will call each member from the membership list, starting with those from the largest party. Members will be called by their surname, followed by their initials. To facilitate this process, I will appeal to honourable members to indicate only their vote, not add a preamble, a statement, and also without delay. We have to be very sure that we hear every vote. Members must simply indicate yes, no, or abstain. In the event a member's name is called and they are present, but for whatever reason do not indicate their vote, an opportunity will be provided for such members to raise their hands after the last member is called from the list, at which point they will be recognized to cast their vote. So, honourable members, we will now proceed. The question before the House is that the motion as moved by Mr. J.S. Malema for the removal from office of the Speaker be agreed to. Those in favour of the removal of the Speaker from office in terms of section 52(4) of the Constitution will say yes. Those against the removal of the Speaker from office will say no. Those who want to abstain will record their vote as such. Voting will now commence. As mentioned earlier, no member will be admitted on the virtual platform until this division is concluded. The Secretary will now proceed to call members.
Adams, RC.
Yes. Speaker, my vote.
But are you in disbelief that he voted yes?
Honourable members.
My vote is no. Speaker, my correction, my vote is no.
Your
No,
correction,
no correction, you voted
your
yes.
correction
How
has
many
been
times?
voted
It's a yes.
No correction,
No
it's a
correction
yes.
here. Yes.
Members must not be
Voting
bullied
yes.
here. She said yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Then
yes.
No,
Mr.
no,
President,
no. Allow the member to say yes.
Honourable members. Honourable members.
No.
I think the member is quite adamant that it is a no. We will now proceed, so members, please concentrate what you have to do and show your faces, except those that we have been indicated will not show their faces.
Appearing, MJ.
No.
Bila, TJ.
I vote no. No. Speaker, no.
Zangwa ANC.
No. Sharon Davids, no.
abantu abadala bayamosha nge-technology.
Honourable members, please wait your turn. Please mute. Honourable Bila, please mute. Do not switch on. Honourable Bila, Honourable David, please mute. Honourable Bila, please mute. Could I just explain to you members that you only unmute once your name is called. Honourable Ndabane, please mute. You do not switch on your camera before your name is called. What is happening is that there is an echo. Honorable Matashe, please mute. Could I please have the assistance of the Chief Whips? That you only unmute and show your camera. Honorable Matashe. Honorable Matashe. Honorable members. Honorable Loze, I am also going to remove members from the platform if you do not.
But you don't say that
Listen,
when Gwede is speaking. You don't say you're going to remove him. You don't say that to Gwede.
Honorable Lonzi, I'm saying it to everyone. And do not unmute yourself without being recognized. So no one please unmute except when your name is called. Honorable Reddy, what is is it a point of order or do you want to have some words of wisdom?
No, certainly not. Deputy Speaker, give us some credentials. By now, the table should inform you what are the numbers, because the entry is locked now. So if you could give us credentials from each party, maybe the party whips can just indicate, and we can confirm that. So we would know who is on the platform, and that we will avoid a situation where people are just snuck in. That could happen as well. Thank you.
Honorable Reddy, the platform is closed. No one can sneak in because they have to be admitted. Secondly, party chief whips can in fact see on the virtual platform whether their members are present or not. It's a very simple exercise. You just look on your Zoom and you type in MK and all the MK members will appear. So that is what chief whips can also do. We are indeed quorate. So we will now proceed with the next one. Honorable Malinga, what is your point of order?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I'm rising on the point of privilege. Please be consistent, because you are going to disrupt this meeting. Other political parties, when they are speaking unmuted, you don't discipline them. And the others, you are doing that. Please, I'm pleading with you. Please, the principle of consistency, please deal with it. Thank you.
Honorable Malinga, I know that this is apparently very important for you, and I agree with you. So I am requesting members to not unmute, whether it be a minister, a deputy president, as I have said. Please do not unmute unless your name is called. We will now proceed. The table will now continue with the names. At this point, we stopped with the Honorable Bila. The next one, please.
Bilankulu NK.
No.
Oshielo SP. Oshielo SP.
Markets as healthy products.
Deputy Minister, please repeat your vote.
Okay.
Deputy Speaker, Honorable Reddy keeps his screen on. He's disrupting.
I would prefer that you do not switch on your cameras before you are actually going to vote, because it's all a matter of bandwidth. Please assist us. Honorable
Thank you. Thank you for that.
I said my vote is no.
Okay.
Thank you.
Voters A.
No. No.
Thank you. Burns Namashe Z.
No.
Thank you. Kappa RN. Kappa RN. Kappa RN. Okay. Proceed. Chabane MS.
These old people are going to be a problem here.
Honourable members, Honourable Lonzi, honourable members.
Speaker, are these deputy ministers of the country?
Honourable member, I did not recognize you. Could I please ask all the deputy ministers and ministers in the same venue? It is extremely difficult if you keep the camera and the microphone on. When you have voted, just give your vote and switch off the camera and the microphone until the next person is called, because I can see that you are all in the same venue, and it is very disruptive. Deputy Minister, please proceed.
Deputy Minister Kappa RN.
No. Yeah.
Chabane MS. Chabane MS.
Trying to help her, not mine, it's hers.
No. No. Chauke Adonis TM.
Voting no. Voting no. Voting no.
Chikunga LS.
Voting no.
Klute
Point of
EN.
order, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Mente, what is your point of order? We are busy with the voting procedure.
Yes, Deputy Speaker, the people that are in the same house, can they just lower their volumes, all of them? Only one gadget must be on. Let's teach them technology. One gadget must be on, and then the rest can just speak and hear from one gadget. They are hurting our eardrums. Please.
Thank you, Honourable Mente. You are quite correct. So could I ask all the ministers and deputy ministers in the same venue only have one device on, the microphone, microphone's volume on.
Deputy
Please
Speaker.
switch off the rest. Honourable Motwe, what is your point of order?
Can we get confirmation that these members of parliament of the ANC are not in the same venue quarantined? Because with this level of echo, Deputy Speaker, it suggests that these people are all in the same venue. And this is not the first time it will be happening. It happened even the last time when we were voting. And it's wrong, Deputy Speaker. It's very wrong for people to be quarantined.
Honourable Motwe, you are now being disruptive and we're busy voting. We will now proceed.
Klute EA, sorry. Klute EA. No, all right. Chrissy BD. Chrissy BD.
No.
Thank you. David's SW. David's SW. We proceed. Didiza AG. Speaking.
Hello, Sharon David.
I'm voting no.
There's something wrong with this thing, you see. Look, it's recording, but it's not taking through.
But the Deputy Speaker.
AEN Tribula, technology.
Subjected.
It's tough, right? It's tough.
have been subjected.
David SW. Did she vote? No. All right. Tichale MC.
Dihale vote no. I vote no.
Direko DR.
Direko vote no.
Thank you. Ditebe SL.
I vote no.
Dlelanga M.
I vote no.
Dugmore CM.
I vote no. No. Hello.
Tundra ML. Tundra ML.
No.
Thank you. Frolic CT.
I vote no.
Gancho N.
I vote no.
Galega Mazibuko NA.
I vote no.
Gigaba KMN.
No.
Gina N. Gina M. Gina N. Okay, we proceed. Kodlimpi Z.
No.
Kodongwana E.
No. No.
Governor Y. Governor Y. If you could please unmute.
No. No.
Kungubele M.
Show your face.
No.
Hala MM.
Hey, I'm done. No.
Hassan F.
No.
Tlongo AS.
No.
Isaacs SE.
I vote no.
Jama SP. Jama SP.
No.
Kihakilwe BM.
I vote no.
Kekana PS.
I vote no.
Habu GD. I vote no. No. Kanyase Z.
I vote no.
Kumalo JQ.
I vote no.
Kuranov GW. I vote no. Kubai MT.
I vote no.
Kumbata AN.
I vote no.
Lamola RO.
I vote no.
Lekwete MD.
No, ga ke dumele.
Lekanyani MS.
No. No,
Litsi
Jagana.
Litsi WT.
I vote no.
Litsi ke MSE.
I vote no.
Ligaraba LE. Ligaraba LE. Moving on. Low STD.
I vote no, Nyakahana, no.
Mabi BP.
I vote no.
Maduna N.
I vote no.
Maecho SM.
I vote no.
Magagula TE.
I vote no.
Mahambisala T.
I vote no.
Mahlangu S.
I vote no. Awan, yeah. Thank you.
Mahlaule MG.
I vote no.
Mahlaule MG.
I said I vote no.
Mahlobo MD.
My vote is a no.
Mahumapelo SOR.
No.
Maimela KJ.
I vote no.
Majodina PCP.
I vote no. Thank you very much.
Makasi N.
I vote no.
Mahatu MP.
No. No.
Makubela
We just, I just want to, my apologies to interrupt. Honorable Shlazu Webster, you have your hand raised. Is this a very urgent point of order?
It is urgent, Deputy Speaker. I'm concerned that I was skipped because my surname is H and my name wasn't called.
We do it in terms of parties, so we start with the ANC.
You can join ANC any day. You can join
Honorable
ANC.
Dagmo, you were not recognized. We are busy with a voting procedure, honorable members. Please proceed.
Makubela LS. Makubela LS. Malimacha CN.
I vote no.
Manamela KB.
I vote no.
Maneli BM.
No.
Mantashe GS.
SG. No. No.
Masemula ND.
I vote no.
Mashatile SP.
I vote no.
Masina MC.
I vote no.
Asondo D.
No.
Maswanganyi MJ.
I vote no.
Matabata CS.
I vote no. I vote no.
Matafa
Okay, my
OM.
hand is up.
Honorable Mkhize, what is your point of order?
Chair, I am very concerned. In terms of the rule book that you read, it said that members should be logged in. Now, when you make the ruling that members can use one cellular phone if they're in the same venue, that means even a member that was logged out before the windows were closed can now make a vote. So I'm confused. How are you going to deal with that? Thank you.
Honorable Mkhize, I only refer to members putting down the volume on their own individual devices because they are in the same venue. So it doesn't mean they are not logged on. We are also checking at the table as a member votes whether their name is in fact on the participant screen. And at this point, we have all the members who have in fact been called, have been voting on their own devices, except where they show their face and they vote, because then we can see them and we can verify and we have confirmation. Honourable Dugmore, is that another point of order?
Yes, Speaker, it's a point of order. It's clear that other honourable members are delaying this process. They know they're going to lose. Can they please stop delaying this process because they are losing and they know
That's
it?
not a point of order,
Delaying
Speaker.
it yourself.
That's not a point of order.
That's not a point of order.
That's not a point of
Honourable
order.
members.
Honourable
members.
Learn to keep quiet when I talk. Just keep quiet for once.
You behave like a CEO here.
Because you know you are voting from other
members. Honourable members. This is totally unacceptable. And Honourable Dugmore, that was also unacceptable. You are really making a disgrace.
On the point of order, Speaker.
I am busy speaking. Do you follow that I am speaking right now and that the rules say you do not interrupt the presiding officer? It is unacceptable that you are interfering and disrupting, all of you, the voting procedure. This is a motion that was brought by the Honourable Malema, and we are now voting on it. We are trying to make do as best we can with all the challenges we do have. So I do request members to now please act in a way befitting for a parliament when you vote. All of the procedures have been approved by the Chief Whips, and we will proceed according to the agreed upon procedure. Honourable Mtetwa.
Yeah.
I am now proceeding with the matter.
But Deputy Speaker, I asked for a point of order.
Honourable Pambu, what is your point of order?
Speaker, the House is being disrupted by voting kettles. These people have been put in one kraal, right? And that's why we have this disruption. We don't know who's voting. They've been squashed in one kraal like voting kettles. That's why we can't tell who's voting. That's why we can't tell whether these people logged in on time or not.
Honourable Pambu, we are busy checking at the table who has been logged on. We are managing the system so we know exactly who is voting. We can see next to their names. If you are logged on Zoom, you can do the same and check. So we will now proceed. We will not have any more points of order. We are now wasting time and we are showing absolute disrespect to the House. So we will now proceed with the voting.
But Deputy Speaker, you recognized me, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Mtetwa, I recognized you and then you didn't speak. So what is
I
your
opened, but somebody else was speaking whilst I was speaking. Deputy Speaker, I want to say that it defeats the purpose that the bells would be rung for 5 minutes, and when the window closes, those that are locked outside, they sneak in through other people's gadgets. I can tell you that Honorable Gumubele voted through a gadget of somebody else. How do you then tell whether this person was locked out from his gadget and now speaking in through another person's gadget?
Honourable Mtetwa, that is exactly what I now also explained to the Honourable Mkhize, that we are checking each and every vote. The chief whips have indicated to us where they... The chief whips have indicated to me right at the start who will be in the same venue and who will not. Now, honourable members, I am going to proceed with the process now. Honourable Maotwe, I'm not going to allow any further disruptions of this voting procedure. We will now proceed with the division that you have called for. You have called for this division. What is it, Honourable Maotwe?
Calm down, Deputy Speaker. We're fine. Deputy Speaker, you know, we are making a mockery of Parliament.
Indeed,
We as the EFF, we've been, and even on this very motion, requesting that we all convene at the Dome and so that we can deal with this matter. It is the ANC that rejected our proposal. Now the ANC has taken their caucus, they've put them at Woodstock Garden Court, all of them in the same venue. And that's why we've got this disruption. Why did the ANC refuse for us to meet at the Dome and they decide to convene everyone at Garden Court there in Woodstock? Why? Why are we having Parliament at Garden Court as opposed to the Parliament that we have at the Dome, where we are even paying for furniture, we are paying for air conditioning units, we are paying for ablution facilities? The ANC rejected that. Now they are at Garden Court. And now we're seeing
Honourable Maotwe, that matter has been dealt with in the Chief Whip's forum. Your Chief Whip was present and it was discussed and dealt with. There was no instruction to parties how they should deal with the matter, except that members have to log on with their own devices. We did not prescribe where they should be. We will now proceed.
Matafa, OM.
I vote no.
Matale, CC.
No.
Mbiyo, IM.
I vote no.
Mkunu, ES. Mkunu, ES.
I vote no.
Remember, please. Please mute.
I vote no.
Mkunu, TVB.
House Chair, please note my hand.
House Chair.
Honourable Mkhize, what is it now?
House Chair, I have 2 members who have been kicked out of the platform. Can the table please check? It's Honourable Mngadi and the Honourable Gamete.
We will check whether they were on the platform when we closed it. Please just give the names again.
Honourable Pinky Mngadi and Honourable Tulani Gamete.
Thank you. We will check. And then there is Honourable Taibosh.
My hand was up.
Okay,
Thank you,
Honourable
House Chair.
Wale. Okay, let me just, I deal with the hands as I see them raised.
Yes, it's me,
Honourable
Speaker.
Wale. Yes.
Deputy Speaker, the table was calling Honorable E.S. Mchunu, and then Honorable T. Mchunu voted instead. Now the table is just called Honorable T. Mchunu, and she has already voted where the table was calling Honorable E.S. Mchunu. Please check.
Yes, we are quite aware of that because the Honorable E.S. Mkhunu did not reply immediately. So we are quite aware. Thank you. Honorable Mente.
Deputy Speaker, so the entire ANC cannot master the art of just lowering a volume.
But why are you
so that
interested
we
in the
can
ANC like
proceed.
this? Why are you interested in the ANC like this?
Shut up.
Because they're running the country and they can't switch on microphone.
Shut up. Allow the deputy speaker to run the meeting. Stop your obsession. But no one was talking to you. Stop your obsession with the ANC. Let the deputy speaker run the meeting.
obsession. How?
You see?
These old people will need to go to an old
Deputy
age home.
Speaker, what happens now? They just unmute and speak. They're useless like that. We can't hear you, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Ntuli, I have not recognized you. Honorable members, we will now proceed with the voting. And this is my ruling. There will be no comments now. Honorable
Deputy Speaker, I've raised my hand a long time ago.
Honorable members, you are raising frivolous points. You are raising points about a party that can't turn down the volume on devices. That is not a point of order.
How did you know? Because you have not.
Honorable Matulewa, you are now disrupting the procedure.
Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Mashlatsi.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, you must seriously consider this problem of the party that is in the same venue.
Honorable Litsie.
Thank you very
Honorable
much, Deputy
members.
Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mashlatsi. Honorable members, as I have said now a number of times, this procedure was decided on by the chief whips. There was no decision on how parties would individually deal with a matter, whether they are in one venue or whether they are in separate venues. That is a matter for the party, and I propose that the chief whips take this further with the chief whips forum to decide on this. I'm not going to rule on that. We will now proceed. Honorable Reddy, Honorable
Sorry, the
Matulewa,
Deputy Speaker, please allow me, please. Really.
You are now
Deputy Speaker, you've made two rulings. No, you've made two rulings. One, you said members must not put on their cameras, and members are putting on their camera. It's affecting the bandwidth. And the second one, you said you're not going to entertain points of orders. And yet we are having a whole lot of this. Now, the point that's being raised is a very valid point. The Chief Whips Forum discussed everything else except this. And I see that there's a loophole that's being created here, and we must be aware of this. We don't want processes of parliament to become farcical, because now you have a situation where members are sitting in one place using one device. We never thought that somebody would be such big crooks when we had the Chief Whips Forum, but this crookery has now come to light. What are we doing about this?
Honorable Reddy, I sit with the Zoom in front of me. I have the participants list, and the members of the ANC are on separate devices. So your point is not valid. And we will now proceed because you are now interrupting the process. You are in fact now trying to stop the process, which I will not allow because we are in a voting procedure. So, Honorable Ntuli, I am not entertaining any more points of order. We will now proceed.
It's not a point of order, Chair. It's members who have been kicked out over and over from the platform.
we will take that up. The table is quite aware of that. And we have, in fact, for your confirmation.
Then we can't carry on if the table is away, Chair. This
Honourable-
is unfair.
That's right.
Deputy Speaker,
We
can you hear
can't
me
carry
now?
on if people are being kicked out. You
Honourable-
can't expect us to carry on and vote when our members are
Honourable
being kicked
Mkhize.
out by your system. No, Chair,
Honourable
no.
Mkhize, we are quite aware when a member was
Fix
on.
it. Let's
and-
take a break, then you
Honourable-
fix it.
Honourable Mkhize, you are now in contempt. And I will warn you now.
No.
This is your final warning. Honourable
Sorry,
Reddy.
Deputy Speaker. No, it's
Honourable
not
Reddy,
contempt.
I am on the platform.
To Principal Master High School.
But you can't say that's contempt.
That
The
is
Chief Whip
contempt
of
to speak
MK
whilst
is
I am
explaining
speaking.
something that makes
Honourable
perfect
Reddy.
sense.
Honourable Reddy.
And you're not responding to that.
Honourable
It's not
Reddy,
fair.
I am busy. But the Honourable Mkhize is not giving me the opportunity to explain. That is disrespectful. That is in contempt of the chair. So I have now explained how it works. We sit with all the members online. There are 404 people online, including the staff. So we know exactly who is on. We have taken photos of when the platform closed. We know exactly who was online and who was not. This is also being recorded, so we know exactly who the participants are. Please don't make inferences that aren't true just because you want to disrupt the whole process. Honourable members, we will now proceed with the voting. Any objections can be raised after the voting, then the vote can be challenged, but not whilst we are busy with the procedure. We will now proceed.
Math and
No.
Mkina PS. Mkina PS.
You are muted, member. Honourable member, you are muted.
You're muted.
No.
Mkweba T.
No.
Mhaule MR.
Chair. Sorry, Chair. The last vote was Honorable Mkhize, the chair. That was not a lady. Can we revert back, please?
We are still coming to the Honourable Mkhize.
No, Chair. I don't mean Mkhize of MK Party. It was Mkhize, the chairperson of this committee, and the voice was a lady. So please revert back. 2 votes back.
Mkweba T.
No.
Mhaule MR.
No.
Mhlauli NB.
My vote is no.
Mkhize ZL.
I vote no.
Mkutu L.
No.
Molotsani ML.
My vote is no.
Mudise Mcha M.
I vote no.
Mwela MS.
No. No.
Mufuke ML.
No.
Muhai SJ.
It's a no.
Mkwena JL.
I vote no.
Moraka AT.
I vote no.
Murulong IK. No. Musika CS.
No.
Motaung NE.
No. No.
Mutsecha MA.
No, Chair.
Mutwaledi PA.
Deputy Speaker, you will recall that I had pointed out the situation about Mutwalet. Thanks.
I just wanted to also now alert you that you can vote on behalf of the Honorable Motsoaledi.
He is voting no.
Mpapani DE.
I vote no.
Mkhaha M.
No.
Mtolo NE.
I vote no.
Munyai TB.
I vote no. Thank you.
Mutambi AF.
I vote no. Thank you.
Mvana NQ.
No.
Nalumango RS.
I vote no.
Ndaben Abrams ST. Ndabeni Abrahams ST. Ndalani NA.
No. I vote no.
Ndamase P.
No.
Nilmay HE.
No.
Nell AC.
I vote no.
Nemazinga Shabalala J.
I vote no.
Nkabani NP.
I
Nkabani
vote
NP.
no.
Nkopani NS.
It is on. It is on.
But that was Pasia's gadget.
I
Deputy.
vote no.
Nkosi NE.
No. I
Nkosi,
vote no.
Nkosi VA. My vote is no. Nonsele M.
I vote no.
Ngola X.
I vote no.
Nchalinchali LL.
I vote no.
Nshaveni KPS.
I vote no.
Ntuli DR. Ntuli DR.
Dipuo Ntuli, I'm voting no. No.
Ntuli M.
My vote is no. Thank you.
Zimande BE.
I vote no.
Nzuza NB.
I vote no.
Phahla MJ. Phahla MJ. Phiri CM.
No, Mchuchus. I vote no.
Polwani MB,
Tiagana, I vote no.
Lakis WTD,
No.
Pule DD, Pule DD, Ramaila KS,
Could we just go back on Minister Pule? You are muted.
Pule DD.
My vote is no, Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Ramaila KS,
I vote no. Thank you.
Ramukupa ML,
Hi,
I vote no. I vote no.
It's a for
Ramukupa KD,
I vote no.
Ramulubeng KA,
I vote no.
Sangoni KLN. It's a no from me. Sapo L. No. Siebi AM. Siabi
No.
AM.
I vote
Siete.
no.
Siete MO.
Voting no.
Sikite M.
No.
Sikwati SC.
I vote no.
Silamulela SD.
I vote no. Yeah, it's fine.
Sine MM.
I vote no.
Shabangu FL.
It's a no.
Sibia NM.
It's a no.
Simelane TP.
No.
Siweya RT.
It's a no for me.
Skosana GJ.
I vote no.
Sokanyile T.
I vote no.
Sokopo MM.
I vote no.
Sompa Masiu NS.
I vote no.
Sokyu MM.
I vote no.
Subrathi SI.
I vote no.
Swat B.
I vote no.
Tau MPF.
I vote no.
Tikana Kotiwe W.
I vote no.
Long KC.
I vote no. I vote no.
Olashe NG. Olashe NG.
I vote no.
Yes.
Oteti, NT.
I vote no.
Tabanchaba, PP. Aba, Nchaba, PP.
Please unmute an honourable member. Please unmute.
I vote no.
Hego, ST. Hego, ST.
I vote no.
Zikalala, S.
I vote no.
Abrahams, ALA.
I'm voting no.
Alexander, WR.
I vote no.
Atkinson, PG.
I vote no.
Ocamp, WAS.
I vote no.
Bahrain,
Honourable Plaikis, could you please mute your microphone? Honourable Plaikis.
Bahrain M.
No.
Baptier EV.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, Honourable Bapti was thrown off the platform after the doors closed, so I'm voting no on his behalf.
What is going on here?
Thank you. Honourable Chetty, please mute. Honourable Breitenbach, we will look into the matter, so we will just check Honourable Bapti if he was thrown afterwards, and then you, as Chief Whip, you may vote on his behalf.
Thank you.
Basson, LJ.
I vote no.
Bateman, AG.
I vote no.
Bath, EM.
I vote no.
Bergman, D.
I vote no.
Bloom, JB.
I vote no.
Botlani, TK.
No.
Ballman, NJ.
I vote no.
Breitenbach, G.
No.
Berg, MJ.
Voting against. So no.
Cameroon, I.
No.
Kasim, Y.
Honourable Speaker, the same applies to Honourable Kasim. He was thrown off after the doors closed. So he votes no.
Thank you.
Chance, RWT.
No.
JTM.
I vote no.
Christians, DC.
I vote no.
Christy, KA.
No.
Clark, MO. Clark, MO.
I vote no.
De Blok van Skeltinger, AD.
I vote no.
No.
De Villiers, JN.
No.
Engelbrecht, J.
No.
Isaac, F.
No.
Gondwe, MM. She's not there. Graham Murray, SJ.
I vote no.
Kwahube S.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, again, Honorable Kwarube was chucked off after the doors closed, so she votes no.
Hatting C.
No.
Horn W.
No.
Hansinger CHH.
I vote no.
Ismail H.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Ishmael was also thrown off after the doors closed, so she votes no.
Jordan C.
No.
Khobisa Ngaba K.
I vote no.
Khao KL.
I vote against. Thank you.
Kanyile TA.
I vote no.
Clopper DD.
I vote no.
Kola D.
I vote no.
Kriya HCC.
I vote no.
Lapaskakni C.
I vote no.
Leroux KWD.
I vote no.
Lindet E.
No.
Lorima JRB.
No.
Mabena TB.
I vote no.
McPherson DW, sorry.
No.
Matikizela BS.
No.
Malazi MS.
I vote no.
Mare EJ.
No.
Masango BS.
No.
Maseko LM.
No.
Manier DJ.
I vote no.
Mazone NWA.
I vote no.
Mbiko F.
I vote no.
Maglua JJ.
I vote no.
Mdluli MM.
I vote no.
Michalakis G.
No.
Milham KJ.
I vote no.
Moore SJ.
I vote no.
PTL. PTL. What is that platform? Mayberg NG.
No.
Nana ME.
I vote no.
No Dada BB.
I vote no.
Peach WD.
I vote no.
Puli CJ.
No.
Potgieter LR.
No.
Powell EL.
No.
Ramongalo TR.
No.
Ross AC.
No.
Sarupen AN.
I vote no.
Schikkeling L.
I vote no.
Schreiber LA.
No.
Sitlolo IS.
I vote no.
Sheriff NK.
I vote no.
Shelembe ML. Shelembe ML. Okay. Singh, S.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, Honourable Singh was also thrown off the platform after the doors closed, so she votes no.
Sithole, RJ.
I vote against.
Smith, CFB.
I vote against. No.
Smith, R.
No.
Spies, ERJ.
No.
Steinhazen, JH.
I vote no.
Van der Waard, D.
No.
Van Zane, AM.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, Honourable Van Zyl was also thrown off the platform after the doors closed. She votes no.
Vilakazi, SG.
Point of order, Deputy Speaker.
What is your point of order, Honourable Lonzi?
I want to check if, after you have checked with the table, whether you report back to the House on these members. I mean, this is the 8th member now that we're being told is thrown out of the platform. That's an anomaly, even on technical terms. And someone losing network because they are on a flight doesn't count as Parliament throwing them out of the platform. They've left the meeting. So I'm counting. I just hope that after you have checked, you will come back to us.
Yes, I'm also counting. Thank you, Honourable Lonzi. We are checking as we go along, and I will definitely come back to you. Thank you.
Vilakazi, SG. Wakeling, KH.
Honourable Mkhize, please mute your microphone. Honourable Mkhize.
The grannies are misbehaving.
Honourable members, please mute your microphones. Honourable Mkhize, thank you.
Wakeling, KH.
No.
Zondi, S.
I vote no.
Abada, ZS.
I vote yes.
Utelezi, N.
I vote yes.
Cele, ZKA.
I vote yes.
Douglas, WM.
I vote yes. Thank you.
Gama, SI.
I vote yes.
Kamede, TI.
Chair, this is the member that I said was kicked out of the platform.
Okay.
Thank you. And are you voting on his behalf? We will check whether he was on or not.
Yes, Chair, he votes yes.
Thank you.
Kasa, MM.
I vote yes.
Kwabaza, NP.
I vote yes.
Hlophe, MJ.
He was also kicked out of the platform, Chair. He votes yes.
Kubeka, TTS.
I vote yes.
Kubukeli, P.
I vote yes.
Litchfield, Chabalala, K.
Yebo, yes. That's my vote.
Madlala, EK.
Ivoti lami liwuyebo.
Madlala, KB.
I vote yes.
Mafahane, MC.
Chair, I had mentioned before we started that I'll be voting on behalf of Comrade Mafagane. She votes yes.
Malinga JS. Malinga JS. Manyi
I
M.
vote yes.
Okay.
I vote yes.
Thank you. Manyi M.
I vote yes.
Matutu MJ.
Chair, they was kicked out of the platform. He votes yes.
Mbata MS. Mbata MS. Not.
Yes.
Mbele HH. Mbele HH.
Yes, I vote yes.
Mchunu G.
My vote is yes.
Mjadu TS.
I'm voting yes.
Mkize P.
I vote yes.
Mkize SW.
I vote yes.
Mkize SP.
I had reported Chair. He votes yes.
Mkongi BM.
I vote yes.
Mlotwa SN.
Yeah, boy, yes. I vote yes.
Mngadi PP.
She was kicked out of the platform. Chair. She votes yes.
Mklitama JA. Mklitama JA. Mohale.
Mklitama, you're on mute.
Is he here? Is on the platform. Mklitama JA.
Honourable Member, please unmute your microphone. We see that you are on the platform.
We'll come back to it. Mohale IS.
I vote yes.
Mukwena Zondi SMN.
I vote yes.
Moodley SR.
Chairperson, can you?
My vote is yes.
Okay. Mklitama JA.
My vote is yes. Thank you.
Mutawung G.
It's an obvious one. It's a yes.
Motubatse MP.
I must vote yes. It's a yes.
Msezane MP.
The vote is yes, Mhlanga Phambili.
Mthethwa ZE.
It's yes.
Mtolo JB.
Yes, thank you.
Mtweni NA.
Yes.
Muhammad MBB.
I'm struggling to get my camera on, but it's a yes.
Mwali SG.
I vote in favor of the motion.
Nchabeleng A.
The vote is yes, Chairperson.
Ngobese WQ.
My vote is yes, Chairperson.
Ngubane JS.
It's a yes. It's a yes, Chairperson.
Nkosi SI.
I vote yes.
Nomvalo S.
He votes yes, Chairperson. I had reported to the table.
Nchaba D. Nchaba
Yes.
D.
Yes.
Numalo NI.
It's a yes for me. Chair, it's a yes. Thank you.
Kadebe HM.
I vote yes.
Ready VG.
I'm sorry, Speaker, but you shouldn't have tried to protect this delinquent president.
Honorable Reddy, we couldn't hear what you're saying because you broke up, but please, yes, no, abstain.
Sorry, no. Am I audible?
You are audible now.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are now.
I just said that, yes, I said, sorry, Speaker, but you should not have tried to protect this delinquent president. I vote yes.
Silepe LD.
Is a yes. Yes. Yebo.
Shangase LG.
I vote yes.
Shongwe CV.
I vote yes.
Skosana DM.
I vote yes.
Taibosh G.
It's a yes. Yes.
Temba 80.
I vote yes.
Van Rooyen DDD.
I vote yes.
Zuma BES.
I vote yes.
Aris LH.
I vote yes.
Lose MP. Lose MP. Member is online currently.
Please unmute Honorable Blose. Honorable Blose, we see that you are online, but can you please just unmute?
The vote is yes, Deputy Speaker.
Chirwa Bungose NN.
I vote yes, Speaker.
Diale BK. Diale BK.
Sorry, Deputy Speaker. She was online. She got kicked off. She's voting a definite yes.
Dlamini M.
I vote yes.
Quilishe S.
I vote yes, Speaker.
Kaula MS.
She voted yes. She was kicked out by the system.
We'll check. Koza M.
Thank you. I vote yes.
Komane LM.
Was kicked out by the system. He votes yes.
Letlape MS.
I vote yes. Komani. Thank you.
Komane.
I vote yes.
Okay. Lonzi S.
Yes.
Mylola PR.
She was kicked out. She votes yes.
Malema JS.
I'm voting yes.
Mananga L, apologies for the pronunciation. Mananga L.
Thank you, Speaker. It is a yes from me.
Mawotwe OMC.
It's a definite yes.
Mare P.
Yes.
Mashabela NR.
Yes, Speaker.
Matulelwa B.
I vote yes, Deputy Speaker.
Matthias L.
I vote yes, Chair.
Matthias NS.
He was kicked out. He votes yes.
Matiwane C.
Ewe makambi ngalo mzuzu.
Mendenkuna NV.
I vote yes.
Mhlongo NM.
Ngivota yebo lomkhulu.
Mkalipi HO.
Oh, yes, I vote yes, definitely. Deputy Speaker, yes.
Mohale TP.
I vote yes.
Moshala MR.
Yes.
Mokwele TJ.
Kya dumellana?
Mthethwa E.
Yes, Deputy Speaker.
Niehaus CG.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I vote yes. Ya yebo.
Noluchungu NJ.
I vote yes.
Tlangwini EN.
I vote yes.
Pambo V.
I vote yes.
Paulson MN.
Extemia.
Shikwambana M.
I vote yes.
Tafeni N.
I'm voting against.
No.
Was I audible? Yeah, I'm voting against.
Okay, thanks. Utelezi NZ. Utelezi NZ. Tabekulu RN.
I'm voting no. Huh? What's going on here? Can you hear my voice? I'm voting no.
Atebe NM.
I vote no.
Sabisa VF.
Madam Deputy Speaker, Honorable Shavisa and Honorable NZ Buthelezi got kicked out and they vote no.
Kengwa M.
No.
Langa TM. Langa TM.
Honorable Chibekulu, could you please just mute your...
No.
Lutuli BN. Lutuli BN.
I vote no.
Machi BE.
I vote no.
Majozi Z. Majozi Z.
I vote no.
Mhlongo NH.
I vote no.
Mwango MA. Mwango MA. Ngobo SL.
I vote no.
Ngobese AK.
I vote no, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Singh N.
No.
Van der Merwe LL.
It's a big no from me. Thank you.
Zondo SS.
Effect no.
Bason JA. Bason JA.
Madam Speaker, she was on the platform. She's voting no.
Sorry, I'm here, Madam Speaker. I'm voting no.
Daniels MV.
Honorable House Chair, absolutely no, we cannot support the EFF's motion.
Hendricks.
Just vote. Stop talking.
You can't tell me what to do. Talk there to the delinquent.
Honorable members.
I'm telling you, there's
Honorable
nothing that you can do.
Talk there to
The man he thinks we are scared of him. He's got no
He started
better than everyone.
This man has anger issues. He thinks we are scared of him because he
only getting to the four corners.
You must be tested, Wena. You must be tested. You are high on something.
Yeah, you must go
Honorable Deputy Speaker,
We have lost the battle.
we can't have
You Daniels, you are high on something.
He must withdraw that thing.
We can't have
This is not his house. It's not his
the one who
Deputy
started.
Speaker, can you protect us, please?
Withdrawal symptoms as he's sitting there.
Deputy Speaker, this is not Tavern of Julius Malema. Can't be
Drug addicts.
there.
Deputy Speaker, can you take control of the House, please?
Deputy Speaker, you are collapsing this house because you are afraid of PA members.
You are muted, Deputy Speaker. We can't hear you. Just address this delinquent.
Yeah, you are not
You are
afraid of
afraid-
you, woman. You have been chased.
I don't blame you, Speaker. I too will be afraid of. Why are you muting us and you're muting that of PA? You are afraid of PA. You are please
We are
muting
not-
us. Why?
This Amperbas think that is
We are
ever
not
more than
afraid of you.
All of you combined.
Speaker,
We are
why
not scared of
cannot
you.
Speaker,
Speaker, why are you muting us and you are afraid?
Speaker, you must
The one who
conduct
started
online
it.
drug
Your-
tests here.
Your staff
Honorable
members are
Malema,
problematic.
you are in contempt, and honorable, please
I-
remove the
learn to
honorable
Attend
Daniels.
to that now.
We are not scared of
Why are you attending to
anything.
us?
We are not scared of
Understand,
anything.
Speaker, you are afraid of that
Please
gangster
remove
of
the
PA,
honorable
but we're not
Mokwele.
afraid.
Bring Mal
You
Emma.
must never,
Please
That guy is
remove
down.
the honorable
disrespect
Daniels.
our
Mal Emma.
president. You must not disrespect our president.
Honorable
President.
Managa.
Test Mal Emma.
Honorable Daniels. Could we please remove Honorable Daniels? Honorable, thank you. Honorable Wessels. Honorable Wessels, your hand is raised. Is that a point of order? Please proceed.
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Speaker. I couldn't unmute. Deputy Speaker, this is completely unacceptable, and I request you to refer the members that have acted in such a gross, disorderly fashion to the Powers and Privileges Committee. This is unacceptable, and I plead with you to use your powers to do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Wessels. That will indeed be considered. Honorable Maltwe.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. We welcome the removal of Honorable Daniels. It's long overdue. Actually, you sending him out is not enough. Let's send him to a rehabilitation center.
Honorable
Really, he needs to be
Maltwe.
rehabilitated. This is
Thank
uncalled
you.
for.
I have now dealt with the matter. Honorable Van Wyk.
Speaker, it can be correct. I'm rising on the rule of 84. It can be correct that each and every time we are being insulted here, and then you allow it, Speaker. We have been called names, we are drug addicts. Even one of
Honorable
our
Van
children
Wyk.
of an honorable member was called to say that they hope
Honorable
that she
Van Wyk,
doesn't
I have
receive
now dealt with the
drugs.
matter. You are
Can
not
you
going to
please deal
debate
with
the
that
matter
matter as well?
now.
And why are you
Honorable Van Wyk,
removing Honorable
I have
Daniels?
now dealt with the matter. You are also now in contempt. Honorable Van Wyk, we are now proceeding with the vote.
Hendricks E.
That's a no, Deputy Speaker.
J.T.
J, vote no.
Mackenzie G.
Biobaslis Nia.
Mhlanga M.L.
Nia.
Mhlanga M.L.
No.
Please unmute your microphone, Honorable Member.
Ka angivumi.
Yeah.
Peters S.
Ek vote nee.
Souls A.Q.
I vote no. Thank you.
Van Wyk S.H.M.
Ek vote nee teen nonsense. Thank you.
Boshoff W.J.
No, Deputy Speaker, no. It is not parliamentary to say nonsense. Can that honorable member please withdraw?
Honorable Maltwe, we will proceed. That is not a point of order. We will now proceed.
Deputy Speaker, you overheard him say nonsense. How is that not unparliamentary?
Honorable Member, I'm not
Honorable
reading.
Speaker, they've been doing this for 10 years before the PA arrived.
Honorable
Disrupting.
members.
Yeah,
Honorable Minister and Honorable
Nonsense.
Hendricks. Honorable members, you are now also in contempt. We will now proceed with the voting.
Boshoff W.J.
Madam Minister, ek stem nee.
Danner H.
Nee.
Groenewald P.J.
Deputy Speaker, the Honourable Groenewald was kicked out. He was on the platform, but he was kicked out. He votes no.
Mulder C.P.
The same Honourable Deputy Speaker, Honourable Mulder was on the platform, but he was kicked out recently. He votes no.
Van Staden P.A.
Ek stem nee, Adjunct Speaker, dankie.
Wessels W.W.
I vote no.
Beasley A.D.
I vote no.
James D.E.
I vote no.
Kobe MP.
I vote no.
Liklape TKS.
I vote no.
Ngobeni LM.
I vote no.
Trolip RAP.
I vote no.
Meshwe KRJ.
I vote yes.
Swart SN.
I vote yes.
Thring WM.
Deputy Speaker has indicated Mr. Thring was on the platform but had to catch a plane and therefore he had to leave the platform. Thank you.
Are you voting? Okay, can vote.
He would have voted yes, but I think the fact that he left the platform would disqualify him from voting.
Correct.
Holomisa BH. Holomisa BH. Kwankwa NLS. Kwankwa NLS. Nontenja CT.
Voting no.
Ghana SM.
No.
Zibi SS.
Voting no.
Hlazo Webster NL.
Voting no.
Maimane MA.
Voting no.
Mahau TL.
Voting yes.
Sungula V.
I vote yes.
Hendricks MGE.
I vote no.
Ismail Musa I.
Thank you. I vote no.
Frenchman.
Viva Toko.
Frenchman S.
Yes.
Nyonso M.
I vote no.
Mahlatsi LW.
I, Lehlohonolo Bantu Wanda Masadzi, vote yes.
Delil P.
I vote yes. Sorry. Sorry, Deputy Speaker. I vote no. Thank you.
Your conscience was speaking to you.
Honourable members, we will now check whether there are any members who have not voted, who are on the platform that we have skipped. I think that we have covered everyone, but if you can just give us a moment so that we can just check with the table if there are any outstanding names. There are two members that were on the platform, but we could not hear them, so we will just call their names out again.
Ligaraba LE or Ligaraba LE.
No.
Makubela LS.
Deputy Speaker, can you allow me to come in?
I vote
She's there.
no.
Thank you, Honourable Ntuli. You can now proceed.
No, thank you, Deputy Speaker. I wanted to indicate that those members were on the platform but didn't vote, but I'm fine now.
Thank you, Honourable Ismail Musa.
Yes, our leader of the party, I haven't heard his name called out.
We have called his name. He has voted. He has voted.
Thank you. Thank you for confirming, Honourable Chair.
Is there anyone else that we have skipped? We will now check with the list that we have, where the people who were kicked off the system were indeed logged on when the doors closed. Honourable members, the voting session is now closed and we will now check all the names against those who were present or not. Honourable Nolochungu.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. You have removed members of the EFF without giving prior notice. With Honorable Daniels, you did caution him, but the members of the EFF were removed without any prior notice. Can you please reinstate them? Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. That matter can be taken up later. It is not now the time to deal with the matter. If there are any objections to my removal, there is a process that needs to be followed where an objection can be raised. So the voting session is now closed. We will now tally the votes. Honourable Matthys.
Thank you, Chair. Our Chief Whip raised a point of order with you, and you were rather dismissive, Deputy Speaker. You do understand the processes that if you are removing a member from the platform that you need to indicate so, and you did it. So we're asking you for an explanation. Obviously, if we don't agree with it, then we'll take it up on other platforms. But you haven't told us why you removed them without informing them as you did with Honourable Daniels. So that's all our Chief Whip is asking, and you've been so dismissive.
Indeed, Honourable Matthys, I have indicated that if the Honourable Member is not happy with my removal, there are processes that can be followed. I need not give an explanation right now. Any ruling, as is in the rule book, may be challenged afterwards, not during the plenary. So that
Chair,
we're
not, okay, but Deputy Chair, we're not challenging the ruling. We are asking why you did not inform us that you were removing our members. That's all we are saying. Whether you're not telling us, and you understand that very well, Deputy Speaker, that you have to say we are removing so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so from the platform. You only did it with Honourable Daniels. That's all we're asking, why you did not do that with our members and you did it with Daniels.
That is a
the
matter
reason
of
you did
debate.
it. No, but it's not. You did,
That is a
Deputy
matter
Speaker.
of
It's not a
debate.
debate. You
And
didn't.
you-
We were shocked.
Honourable
We didn't
Matthys, you
know.
are now also out of order. That was
I'm
my
not out
reason.
of order. You out
And
of order.
if you-
I'll go
Honourable
off.
Matthys, All of this will be in a report to the office of the Speaker, from which it will be referred to the relevant body, whether it be the Disciplinary Committee, whether it be the Powers and Privileges Committee. Whenever a member is removed, a report must be submitted, which is what I will do.
Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker.
I cannot see any hands raised, so I cannot.
It's me, Deputy Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Motwe, I am now at the point where I want to give the result. So I
Yeah.
with that.
I understand that, Deputy Speaker. Maybe you are tired. It's been a long day, we understand. But Deputy Speaker, the point that is been raised is, can you give us the reasons why they were removed? It's not about writing the report. It's not about anything. Is there a reason? You outlined the reason why you're removing
Honourable
Daniels,
there is
and you have not done the same
There is
with our
absolutely
members.
no requirement for me to indicate to you the reasons why I have removed the members.
They were
There will
disruptive.
be-
You were right, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Piri, I have also not recognised you. I will now give the results of the motion. Those in favour of the motion, 101. Those against the motion, 282. The motion is therefore not agreed to. Honourable members, I will now recognise the Chief Whip. Honourable Ntuli.
Deputy Speaker, thank you very much. You are recognizing me on the next item on the agenda, or you are recognizing me on the basis of how I'm a bit lost.
No, my apologies. I'm jumping the gun. So the
For
first
celebrations.
honourable members, we now proceed with the order list. The first order of the day is the consideration of the report.
And
of
the voting
Standing
counts be
Committee on-
released from prison now.
But it
Honourable
can be the
Johnson,
first
I did
order,
not-
Deputy
I did
Speaker.
not recognise you, neither did I recognise you, Honourable Motwe. The results will indeed be released, and it will be in the minutes of the plenary with the names, which will be available. The first order of the day is the consideration of report of Standing Committee on Finance on oversight visit to the South African Revenue Services National Operations Command Centre in Swane on the 30th of April 2026. And I have now the Honourable Masangwani.
Deputy Speaker, can I disrupt you for a second?
Yes, you may.
The reason I was raising my hand, and my apology for that, I wanted to request you that the table should then readmit all members who have been out of the platform when we are voting. Thanks.
Yes, that will be done. We will now proceed. The Honourable Maswanganyi.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, Ministers, Honourable Members of the House. I hereby table the report of the Standing Committee on Finance on the oversight visit to SARS on the 30th of April 2026. On 30th April 2026, SCOF undertook an oversight visit to SARS data center. The main purpose of the visit was to obtain insight into revenue administration and compliance, the illicit economy, and the day-to-day activities of the National Ops Center. SARS is one of the most critical organs of state because it funds the South African government and sustains the national economy. The visit formed part of the committee's approved program and followed earlier parliamentary engagements with SARS during BRRR process, the budget vote process, and consideration of SARS annual performance plan. The program for the visit identified the focus areas as revenue administration, compliance, digital transformation, the illicit economy, and the data processing center. The visit was intended to enable the committee to exercise oversight over SARS operational systems and institutional capabilities in relation to revenue collection, compliance enforcement, digital administration, and enforcement functions, and to observe the extent to which this support the effective discharge of SARS statutory responsibilities. During the oversight visit on 30th April, SARS presented its mandate and institutional role in democratic South Africa. SARS also presented its strategic playbook for the next phase of institutional development. The committee was informed that SARS Vision 2030 seeks to build a smart, modern SARS with unquestionable integrity that is trusted and admired. SARS also presented the committee with the next phase of its digital transformation agenda. SARS also briefed the committee on what it described as South Africa's illicit economic crisis. The committee was informed that this has led to the establishment of the National Illicit Economy Disruption Program. SARS referred in this regard to the State of the Nation address delivered by President Ramaphosa on 12 February 2026, in which he stated that government was establishing a National Illicit Economy Disruption Program, bringing together key state agencies and other stakeholders, including the private sector, and that high-risk sectors such as tobacco, fuel, alcohol, and other counterfeit goods will be targeted through the effective use of data analytics and artificial intelligence. The committee acknowledges and welcomes the additional funding allocated to SARS by the Minister of Finance. The committee considered this additional support necessary in view of SARS' central role in revenue collection, customs administration, compliance enforcement, digital modernization, and the fight against the illicit economy. The committee again recommends that National Treasury should continue to provide SARS with adequate, predictable, and appropriately structured funding for this institution to discharge its mandate effectively. The committee also recommends that SARS, the Border Management Authority, and the relevant departments finalize an interagency governance operating frameworks for the Smart Border Reform Program before the operating arrangements for the border public-private partnerships are concluded. The committee welcomes SARS' continued digital transformation and modernization. The committee notes the machine learning automated assessment, pre-populated returns, artificial intelligence detection models, and a real-time operational dashboards have become central to taxpayer service, compliance, risk management, enforcement. The committee, nevertheless, observes that the increasing reliance on artificial intelligence, integrated taxpayer data, and automated decision-making requires strong governance, cybersecurity, and accumulation safeguards. The committee therefore recommends that SARS strengthen its taxpayer education and service access programs in rural and underserviced areas. I therefore move that the report be adopted. Honorable
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Members, I will now recognize political parties wishing to make a declaration. The usual times for declaration of votes will apply. The MK.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. MK concurs with the assertion that the work of SARS should be understood not merely as tax collection in a narrow administrative sense, but as part of the state's broader constitutional and developmental architecture. SARS is an institution whose work must have a transformational impact on the well-being of the lives of people, especially the most vulnerable, by enabling the state to fund public services and developmental programs. It is our submission as MK Party that in its current form, SARS is not in a position to fully discharge its noble mandate. We note the presented historical revenue and taxpayer register data showing the growth of tax administration over time. Unfortunately, Chairperson, the austerity-driven funding model limits SARS revenue generation capacity. Also, the ambiguous and confused relationship between SARS and the Border Management Authority, where SARS presents itself as holding statutory custom authority, while the Border Management Authority claimed operational primacy at the port. This relationship between the two, where overlapping mandates were created and duplicated, and have definitely caused a lot of gaps that are exploited by syndicates. The relationship between the Border Management Authority and the South African National Defence Force, where the absence of structured handover protocols from borderline interceptions to port enforcement create a major gap, which is also exploited by criminal syndicates. And the relationship between SARS and the Department of Home Affairs, where separate immigration and customs systems are slowing processes, enable identity fraud and weak trade abuse detection. During this oversight visit, a critical question was posed. Given the progress reported on SARS digital transformation agenda, how did all these transformation progress fail to detect what happened at Palapala? How did Palapala crime survive SARS scrutiny? SARS failed to respond, and we hope they will be able to account to the nation when brought before the impeachment committee. Chairperson, if anything, this report confirms that SARS is selectively and not optimally used to execute its mandate. The report is more of a compliance exercise that lacks drastic and radical resolutions needed to transform our revenue enhancement effort, and it doesn't deserve MK Party support. We reject it and urge all voters to continue punishing GNU by voting MK Party in the coming local government election. It is only MK Party that will introduce more effective SARS that is not going to be afraid of white capital, SARS that is not going to victimize vulnerable emerging black businesses. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. I will now recognize the EFF.
Thank you very much, House Chair. Chair, while we were unable to form part of the oversight visit to the South African Revenue Services, we're happy that the recommendations proposed coming out of the visit are exactly what we've always been saying. We welcome the recognition that SARS needs additional funding as it continues with the successful rebuilding in the post-state capture era, modernization and digital transformation, and flagship projects that seek to consolidate revenue collection. However, we must remind our colleagues in the Standing Committee of Finance and the National Assembly that it is not the Minister of Finance who allocates additional funding to SARS. It is this Parliament. It will not be National Treasury that gives SARS funding. It is this Parliament that must take a decisive step and fund SARS to maximum capacity. When SARS is maximally funded, it is our democracy that will benefit. It is the South African society that will benefit. But it is also the tax leakages that need SARS maximum attention and the people engaged in aggressive tax avoidance who need to be confronted. To do this, a piecemeal funding approach will not yield the results that we want. We as Parliament must fund SARS, not National Treasury, not the Minister of Finance. And that is how money bills actually work. House Chair, the issue of fragmentation and mandate tension between the SARS, Border Management Authority, and other departments involved in border management is self-inflicted and unnecessary. We have to go back and look at the legislation that established the Border Management Authority because as it stands, it is both impeding the work and costing taxpayers money. While people are paid ridiculously high salaries at the top, but workers are removed from permanent positions into contract work through outsourcing and labor brokering. This is why they wanted to create the BMA over and above the abuse of weak border controls to smuggle goods into our republic. We agreed with the recommendation that the idea of public-private partnerships will not solve the challenges facing South Africa with regard to border management. No one must profit from border management. This is a matter of national economic security and our sovereignty as a country. Lastly, House Chair, we must admit that in the past 10 years, while SARS has made progress in terms of institutional rebuilding, it has failed to resolve aggressive tax avoidance by multinationals. Hence, its focus now on what we consider small-scale aggressive tax avoidance. But the solution is not with SARS, House Chair. It is with us as members of Parliament to fix the law. We are lawmakers and we must make the laws that will make this country to run smoothly. The EFF supports the report. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. The IFP.
Thank you very much, House Chairperson. Effective revenue administration is essential to the state's ability to fund public services and support economic development. We note the 1.6 trillion in additional revenue raised between 2019 and 2026, which demonstrates the importance of investing in a capable and effective SARS. However, these gains must be protected through adequate funding, sound administration, and clear accountability. Concerns regarding fragmented border mandates, information sharing, and consequence management reinforce the need for effective implementation of the Smart Border Reform Program and responsible stewardship of public resources. As SARS expands use of digital systems and artificial intelligence, strong safeguards for taxpayer information, cybersecurity, and accountability must also be maintained. The IFP supports stronger taxpayer education and access to services, particularly in rural and underserved communities, so that compliance is made easier and no taxpayer is left behind. The IFP believes that effective oversight must be matched by effective implementation. We therefore support this report and reaffirm our commitment to capable institutions, accountable governance, and ensuring that public resources serve the people of South Africa. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. I will now recognize the PA.
Thank you, Honorable House Chair. The Patriotic Alliance rises to support the consideration of the Standing Committee on Finance's report on its oversight visit to the SARS National Operations Command Center in Tshwane. This report is more than a procedural entry. It is a clear indicator of where our revenue administration stands and where it must urgently go. The committee's visit showed that SARS is steadily rebuilding its institutional strength. The command center demonstrates improved digital systems, better data analytics, and a renewed focus on compliance and enforcement. These are encouraging signs of an institution recovering from years of instability and governance failures. But Honorable House Chair, the PA must stress a critical point. The illicit economy remains one of the greatest threats to the South Africa's fiscal health. Criminal networks are organized, well-resourced, and increasingly sophisticated. Technology alone cannot defeat them. SARS needs sustained investment, specialized skills, and stronger coordination with law enforcement and intelligence agencies. We cannot expect world-class results from an institution that is asked to do more with less. The oversight visit also highlighted the importance of protecting the data processing center, the nerve center of taxpayer information. Strengthening this infrastructure is essential for safeguarding the integrity of our revenue system and ensuring that every rand due to the state is collected. Honorable House Chair, the Patriotic Alliance supports this report because it aligns our core belief: a strong, well-resourced SARS protects the poor, strengthens the fiscus, and ensures that public money reaches the communities it is meant to serve. When we close the taps of the illicit economy, we open the taps of opportunity for our people. The PA therefore calls for continued modernization, enhanced enforcement capacity, and a whole-of-government approach to revenue protection. South Africa cannot afford leakages, loopholes, or lax enforcement. We must build a revenue service that is fair, firm, and fearless. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. I will now recognize the FF Plus.
No declaration, House Chair.
Thank you. Action SA.
House Chair, the oversight visit to SARS National Operation Command Center has been a highlight of my time as a Member of Parliament. That visit demonstrated something important. Competence, professionalism, and innovation can be hallmarks of South Africa's public service. When the right political leadership is applied, when institutions are properly managed, and when capable officials are given the resources they need, our state can deliver. Action SA was the first political party to call for additional funding to properly resource and capacitate SARS. What we saw during this oversight visit vindicates that position. And importantly, we are no longer alone in this call. Parties across this House are now calling for greater funding for SARS. That growing consensus is welcome. But we must clear about why this matters. South Africa has a cancerous illicit economy that deprives the fiscus of billions, undermines legitimate businesses, and fuels organized crime. If we are serious about confronting it, SARS must have the resources, technology, personnel, and institutional capacity to do so. Properly funding and capacitating SARS is therefore not simply an investment in tax collection. It is an investment in the integrity of our economy, in the sustainability of public finances, and the fight against the illicit economy. Action SA will continue to advocate for a SARS that is properly funded, properly capacitated, and empowered to do the job that South Africans expect of it. Action SA supports the report. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable David, can you please mute? Honorable David. Honorable Davids, can you please mute?
Good, did you manage?
infrastructure and support our most vulnerable communities. The oversight visit was therefore important because it allowed Parliament to look beyond reports and statistics and to understand the operational systems and capabilities of SARS, particularly in relation to revenue collection, compliance enforcement, digital transformation, data processing, and the fight against the illicit economy. Al-Jamaa recognizes the progress that SARS has made in modernizing its systems and strengthening compliance. However, we must also remain vigilant. Every rand lost through tax evasion, fraud, illicit trade, corruption, or other forms of non-compliance is a rand that could have contributed to schools, hospitals, housing, social development, basic services, and sustainability. The fight against the illicit economy must therefore remain a national priority. Parliament has already expressed concern about the growth of illicit economy activity and damage it causes to our economy. At the same time, we must ensure that the enforcement is fair and does not place an unnecessary burden on compliant taxpayers, particularly small businesses and ordinary citizens. Compliance must be accompanied by education, accessibility, efficient service delivery, and respect for taxpayers' rights. Honorable Speaker, digital transformation provides us with an enormous opportunity. Better use of data, technology, and intelligence can improve compliance while making the tax system more efficient and easier for citizens to navigate. I therefore support the report and its recommendations, and we call for continued parliamentary oversight to ensure that SARS remains effective, accountable, technologically capable, and focused on maximizing revenue for the benefit of all South Africans. Malibongwe, thank you.
Honorable Nchabeni, I see your hand is up. Honorable Minister Nchabeni.
I pressed by error, House Chair.
Okay, thank you. We proceed. I will now recognize NCC. PAC. UAT.
Thank you, Chairperson. No declaration from UAT.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Mahlatsi. Good. I'll now recognize the DA.
Honorable Chairperson, South Africans are under enormous financial pressure. The cost of living continues to squeeze households, business face rising costs, and taxpayers are being asked to carry an increasing burden to fund a state that still struggles to deliver basic services. That's why the SARS Oversight Report is so important. There's another side to the equation. Before we're asking South Africans for more money, government must ensure that it collects what already owed to them and protects what taxpayers already contribute. There are catastrophic and encouraging lessons to be learned from the SARS history. Firstly, during the Zuma state capture years, SARS was deliberately weakened, hollowed out, and its ability to collect revenue was compromised. The Newzroom Commission found a massive failure of integrity and governance under Tom Moyane, while the Zondo Commission found SARS has been deliberately captured, with Zuma and Moyane playing critical roles, lest we forget. However, Chairperson, since 2019, under Commission in additional compliance revenue, artificial intelligence dictation models have prevented more than 672 billion in outflows, while serious tax and custom investigation has raised more than 80 billion in assessments. But more importantly, Chair, state capture audits alone has generated 6 billion in revenue. It's time that we collect all our money. This is the value of investing in capable institutions and ethical leadership during Dr. Kiesweter's tenure. The question remains, how much more revenue is lost because the rest of the state intercepted people and goods and separated systems that can be exploited by criminal syndicates? Every shipment of illicit tobacco, alcohol, fuel, or counterfeit goods that enters South Africa is damaging legitimate businesses, deprives the fiscus of income, and leaves ordinary taxpayers to carry more of the burden. That is why the SARS proposed Smart Border Reform Program must be well-researched, funded, and managed. The border must operate as one integrated fiscal and enforcement system with clear responsibilities, shared data, scanner, risk engine, and measurable revenue outcomes. This is where the DA's principle of every rand counts matters. The SARS Modernization 3.0 program presents an important opportunity to change the way government fights revenue leakages. SARS is moving towards an AI-enabled operating model using machine learning, automated assessments, pre-populated returns, integrated taxpayer data, and real-time risk detection. This resulted in preventing over 672 billion in outflows. The DA supports this direction, but technology must be accompanied by strong governance, cybersecurity, human oversight, and measurable outcomes. If AI can identify billions in potential losses, then government must be asking where else similar technology can be deployed across the state to detect fraud, overpricing, waste, and revenue leakages. The DA supports further investment where it produces measurable results, but we cannot afford another expensive government project where the underlying problems remain. Parliament must therefore insist on knowing the cost, procurement model, implementation milestones, and most importantly, the actual additional revenue and enforcement outcomes of this program. There were a number of unanswered questions that Parliament must pursue. How many cases reach prosecution? How much revenue is ultimately recovered? What happens to the confiscated goods? The report reports that substantive answers were not provided to all these questions. We need to know whether taxpayers are receiving value for money they contributed. Honourable Chairperson, the DA welcomes the rebuilding of SARS and the evidence that capable institutions can improve revenue collection without simply increasing tax rates. But the lesson must now extend across the whole of government. We need to collect more efficiently, stop leakages, fight the illicit economy, eliminate waste, and measure the return on every major public investment. The DA supports this report. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. I will now recognize the ANC.
Honorable House Chair, the African National Congress take pride in the progress made by the 6th and 7th administrations in strengthening the South African Revenue Service. It is one of the pockets of success in our state, demonstrating that the state has the capabilities to run a globally competitive revenue service. The ANC has continually advanced the increase in financial support for SARS, such as an addition of 8.5 billion since 2023 to achieve illicit trade suppression, internal system integrity, and the digitization of the entity. SARS is a clear example of delivery by the ANC government, Honorable Chair. This is an unquestionable success produced by ensuring SARS has strong leadership that was capable of turning SARS around to a stage where it collects over 2 trillion for the National Revenue Fund. We also recognize the public servants working in SARS who have made SARS what it is today. We should draw lessons from this display of an agile, ethical, and capable institution. These are the levels of capabilities we require across the state. Less for various organs of the state also lie within government. The image that everything is going wrong is a factual lie. Remarkable is the fact that the net revenue collection since 1994 has exceeded 25 trillion and the tax register has grown from 2.7 million taxpayers in 1994-95 to 33.89 million in 25-26. This signifies economic development and risk distribution since 1994. since the Newzroom Commission, which found a systemic effort to weaken the national revenue, essentially collapsing the capacity of the state to function as it should. Tackling the legacy of state capture and corruption is a success we welcome. We thank the leadership during the tenure of Dr. Edward Kesweta, who also provided a briefing to the committee. It is also the agility to adapt to change conditions to ensure that during COVID-19 period, the process of digital transformation was spurred and its vision for 2024. That is implementing artificial intelligence, Honorable Speaker, operating models and reinvention with integrity. It is currently implementing modernization 3.0 and SARS Vision 2026 to build a smart modern SARS with unquestionable integrity that is trusted and admired, which the new CEO, Dr. Johnston Makubu, will lead. We welcome the smooth handover to Dr. Johnston Makubu, who we are confident that he will continue to take SARS to a higher level. SARS also provided a report on the work they are doing to tackle challenges related to the illicit economic crisis. Illicit financial flows compromise the capacity of the state to collect due taxes, resulting in foregone tax. SARS has established a national illicit economic disruption program, bringing together key state agencies and other stakeholders, including the private sector, and that high-risk sector such as tobacco, fuel, alcohol, and other counterfeit products would be targeted through the effective use of data analytics and artificial intelligence. SARS stated that it drives the process of combating illicit economy, while the Border Management Authority would deal with the security aspect of the project. SARS reported that additional revenue raised between 2019-26 amounted to 1.6 trillion. That artificial intelligence detection model has prevented more than 672 billion in outflows.
Can you please mute? It's unfair, honorable members, what you are doing. My apologies, Honorable Mazibuko. Please continue.
Thank you, House Chair. House Chair, SARS also reported that 219 state capture audits had resulted in 6 billion in revenue. These figures reinforce the concern raised by members that inadequate funding of SARS could constrain revenue collection, compliance enforcement, and the ability of the state to fund public services. We are confident, Honorable Chair, that through further allocations, SARS will be able to accelerate programs that improve revenue collection and increase voluntary compliance. Honorable Chair, the ANC supports this report, and we urge South Africans to vote for the government that has experience and the government that knows the challenges of South African, the African National Congress. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. I now recognize the Honorable Chief Whip. The Honorable Chief Whip Ntuli.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Good evening to you. And may I propose that the report be adopted. Thank you.
Honorable members, the motion is that the report be adopted. Are there any objections?
No.
Honorable Douglas.
Please note the objections of MK.
Thank you very much. With that objection noted, the report is agreed to. Honorable members, we now move to the second order of the day is consideration of report of Portfolio Committee on International Relations and Cooperation on Oversight visit on SA missions in SADC region gathered at South African High Commission in Lusaka, Zambia from 3 to 7 February 2026. I will now, to introduce the report, I will now recognize Honorable Mauma Pilu.
Presiding Chairperson, honorable members, I greet you tonight. Just to bring to the attention of the House that the Portfolio Committee on International Relations took a conscious decision to adjust the model in as far as doing oversight on DERCO is concerned. We took a decision to group the 115 missions in the world into regions. We undertook an oversight visit to the region of Europe. Thereafter, we undertook an oversight to SADC, as indicated on the 3rd to the 7th of February 2026. The report provides an important assessment of South Africa's diplomatic presence in a region that remains central to our national interests, our economic development, and our commitment to African integration. SADC region is not merely a geographical neighborhood. It is a region with which South Africa shares deep historical, political, and economic and cultural bonds. Our approach must therefore continue to be guided by solidarity, mutual respect, and cooperation, whilst advancing South Africa's national interest and contributing to the development of our continent of Africa. One of the important things emerging from this oversight visit is the growing significance of economic diplomacy. The report demonstrates that South Africa's companies have established a substantial presence across the region. They operate in sectors ranging from mining, banking, telecommunication, tourism, manufacturing, logistics, et al. There are also considerable opportunities for further cooperation in agriculture, agro-processing, pharmaceuticals, renewable energy, construction, et al. Our missions have an important role to play in connecting South Africa capabilities with these opportunities. We particularly welcome the attention given to small, medium, and micro enterprises and previously marginalized groups of our society. Economic diplomacy must contribute to broadening participation in regional markets and creating opportunities for businesses that have historically been excluded from international economic activities. The work being undertaken by the mission in Zambia towards the SSME cooperation is therefore welcomed by the committee. This is the practical meaning of economic diplomacy, as we say. The report also highlights the importance of infrastructure and regional connectivity. Energy projects, transport corridors, and other infrastructure initiatives have the potential to strengthen regional integration, improve trade, and create new opportunities for investment. The Lobito Corridor and other regional infrastructure initiatives demonstrate the importance of developing an increasingly connected African continent. All this is done in the context of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. The discussions around non-tariff barriers, customs procedures, regulatory requirements, and market access are therefore important to the broad objective of deepening inter-Africa trade. South Africa must continue working with its regional partners to address these challenges and ensure that the objectives of SADC integration is attended to. Honorable members, the ANC welcomes the report's attention to regional peace and security. Developments in the DRC, Mozambique, and elsewhere in the region remind us that peace and development are closely interconnected. South Africa must continue to work through SADC, the African Union, and other appropriate African mechanisms to promote dialogue, peaceful resolution of disputes, and African ownership of peace processes. This is consistent with our long-standing commitment to strengthen African institutions and advancing African-led solutions to African challenges. Our shared liberation history provides an important foundation for these relationships. But our responsibility is to ensure that these historical bonds are translated into practical cooperation that responds to the contemporary needs of our countries and the people. House Chairperson, the oversight visit also highlighted the important contribution made by officials serving in our missions. Chairperson, the recommendations are as indicated and they cover ICT, economy, political relations, management of internal affairs of the department, strengthening of communication from DERCO to the missions, and us strengthening our oversight of the department. We move that the report be adopted.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I will now recognize political parties wishing to make a declaration. The usual times for declaration of votes will apply. The MK.
Just struggling with my camera. Can I keep it off, Chair?
Yes, continue. We can hear you, Honorable Douglas.
Thank you, Chairperson and ministers and officials. I greet you all in the name of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, my Heavenly Father and the Holy Spirit, and the language of my Koyan San ancestors, Kaites. The MK Party agrees with much of what this oversight report finds, but its recommendations do not go far enough, Honourable Chair. Therefore, we cannot support the report foundationally. Chairperson, the committee role is oversight, and we set out to determine whether our SADC and other missions advance South Africa's national interest, confront poverty, inequality and unemployment, and create opportunities for marginalized South Africans from all races, tribes, and tongues. Yet the report exposes a foreign service machinery requiring systemic overhaul. DERCO has got to take the shift from activities-based reporting to outcomes-based reporting more seriously. 2024 and 2025, the report identifies weaknesses in asset management, procurement, contract management, and consequence management. Across our missions, we find broken ICT, vacant posts, deteriorating properties, and visa failures. In Malawi, a network outage reportedly lasted about a month, forcing officials to issue handwritten visas, which is open to corruption. These are not administrative inconveniences. They weaken the South African state and put us at a disadvantage for national security. So yes, it's important for us to fix the ICT, to fill the vacancies, to protect our assets and enforce our consequence management. But that cannot be where the recommendations end as it does right now, because the same report